The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, and on this extremely sultry, sweltery, hot as hell 4th of July, we just got word that Godzilla and all of their films are going to be showcased on Criterion, Blu-ray, and DVD. Now, I don't know about you, but that takes some of the some of the pressure off of this hell that we're going through. That's called the summertime of 2018, and because of that, I'm feeling pretty good. So is everybody else. Let's get to it. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 310 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture. Navigated by the Deadites. The Deadites are the world's greatest electroshock band. We destroy monsters, we drink booze, we win championship belts, and we melt. Woo! It's hot in
Yeah,
here.
and it's hot too.
Good thing we have the
Goddamn.
AC, although it doesn't seem like it's doing much right now.
Yeah, so this is what it's like to be the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
damn.
Mars has just got here.
Hey, Mars, what's up, man?
No Aries this week. Do you know where Raven Shadow is? I haven't heard from him.
I don't know.
Where the fuck is
haven't
Raven
seen him.
Shadow? What the fuck?
Yeah! Happy 4th of July, everybody!
Jesus Christ, look at you.
Who the fuck are you?
Look at me!
This is not what I want. This is not what I want to be greeted by when I came here today.
What the fuck is
I am
this?
your American nightmare.
He's wearing a Raven Shadow shirt too.
Well, it is red. It's probably
Yeah.
the only red he's got.
It is. It was either that or a tank top.
And he's
and
got something on the
And
top
it-
of
what-
his
what-
squash.
have you turned Hindu or
Wait.
something? Like, what the hell is going on?
Who the fuck are you?
What was it?
It was on your
Are you
forehead.
the Yankee Diddler?
I am the Yankee Diddler. I'm gonna touch you. I'm gonna give you a back rub.
You give me a sweaty back rub? You sure about that?
Jesus
Where did
Christ.
that come
Fuck
from?
that, dude.
Wow.
You've never seen this before.
You're right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're very appreciative of it until now.
This is my grandmother made me this costume.
At least it's not a Bible.
That's true. Yeah, no, this is a Halloween costume from Jesus. What was it? 2002, Johnny? 2003, maybe?
I don't even remember.
Oh, thanks.
A long time ago.
A long time ago. Yeah.
And you still have it. That's what kills me.
well, yeah, take care of my things.
It was
Where's
only,
your Bible costume,
It was
Emily?
only 2002. It wasn't like it was like 50 years ago.
Yeah, 2002. It was only 16 years ago.
Yeah, that's not that long ago.
Still, I mean, who keeps something like that for 16
2002, An Idiotic Odyssey.
Yeah, well, my grandmother made it. You know, it's nice. And I figured I'd wear it for an opportunity to wear it again. It's 4th of July. It's America's
Have you
birthday.
worn it since then?
No, I haven't. I
Wow.
haven't.
years? I'm not surprised that it still fits.
Well, yeah, man. I'm the same build I was when I was in high
Yeah,
school.
exactly the same.
yeah.
I have T-shirts from high school.
Yeah.
You were
Jesus.
wearing one the other
Wow.
day, right, Mars?
Really?
Well, that wasn't from high school.
Oh, okay.
That was. I actually got that T-shirt recently, and then got home and was really disappointed that I'm like, this is never gonna fit me in 100 years.
Which
Well, actually, not that recently. Whenever that weird one-off, every 10 years Curtain Society show was at Ralph's when Tiny said he wanted to get a snack and came out with a fucking a pound of cheese
Oh,
and like
yeah.
lunch meat and like bread.
Oh, it's fucking hot in here.
Yeah, it's hot too. Yeah,
So-
do you not have things from a long time ago?
namely clothes, sure.
Well, I mean,
Well, he is like twice as big as he was back then.
yeah. You don't even look the same.
Thank you.
Riku is hanging out, and he says, "Yo." I don't
Riku.
know if that's in reaction to Raven Shadow's outfit or just saying hi.
Yo, indeed.
Yes.
Hey,
Show?
yo.
Where's Show? Mars, where's Show?
I
Okay,
was-
yo.
Giving people that fucking cool arrow pose. Oh, no, wait, that's Yo. Hold on. I'm confused.
All right. Well, I guess I'll take this opportunity since there's a lull to talk about what we're doing, so I don't have to wait a half hour like I normally do. And tonight we are going to be discussing the film The Cured. The Cured, Mars.
You didn't think my jokes were funny, did you?
I totally no-sold you, dude.
Yeah, it's bad. I sent him when he told me what we were watching. I sent him a promo pic of The Cure, and he no-sold me.
I thought you were gonna want to have it changed.
Well, you also said a song title as well, and that's
Oh,
what I
right.
no-sold.
Yeah, I told him that tonight would be just like heaven,
Yep.
Ooh.
which is right over these. Guys'
I think I
fucking
said
head.
ugh.
Yeah. I'm glad you were here for me to say it to. Cause
At least
nobody
I
else got
understood it.
Yeah.
These guys don't fucking know.
Well, what is it?
It's not that I don't know it. I don't care.
Just is that a song?
Rimchow, you jump at someone else's train?
I mean, maybe. Who's the someone?
This is terrible. This is like not knowing what Let It Be is to me.
Was it REM?
Oh boy!
Why would? What
Even
is
the
name of-
American
was
flag
REM?
can't
What-
save you.
What does REM have to do with The
I
Cured?
don't understand. I don't get the reference.
What? This.
What was it again? Everyone's.
Well, boys don't cry, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm gonna.
no, men don't cry. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
America.
show me when I
What?
find somebody.
Come on, Mars. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it'll take.
It's
Boys,
never
what?
gonna happen.
What is that?
Rimchow, show me your costume.
Yeah. I'll tell you this: Wednesday, I'm not in love.
The fucking the Cure.
Oh,
oh,
it took six songs,
Finally
baby.
gets it.
Oh well, I mean, I thought it was, isn't it cure? Do you when you make food? Don't you cure something?
When you
Yes, that's the meaning of it.
Yeah, you
That's
cure-
what they meant in this movie.
you cure hunger.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't. When you
That has nothing to do with making food, by the way.
why? Isn't it cured?
Isn't it when you get something, when you procure something?
It's called cured.
Cured food
Oh.
is like when you were like when the big ships were coming over from the motherland,
I
and they
remember.
had to like salt up their food.
Yeah,
so
like
it would
cured
last.
ham,
Yeah,
cured
yeah, that's
what I meant.
sausages. You know.
It tastes
Yeah.
like fucking sweat socks. They
But
put
that's
it in
not-
sweat socks.
Yeah, but that's not part of like making the food. That's just so
Well,
it doesn't
I
go
think
bad.
it's-
That's like
it's-
saying
yeah.
your refrigerator is part of making the food.
Well, it keeps it
It's
ready.
a preservation thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm pretty much right.
Somebody ought to cure your brain.
REM.
Yeah. I don't know. Devin Townsend. What the fuck?
Robert Townsend.
Yeah.
I thought of you because and I reposted it, but somebody had that amazing GIF of if you leave beer and ammunitions out,
Oh, Kid Rock.
Kid Rock will show up.
Yeah. Budweiser and like leave fireworks.
Oh my God!
You can-
Apparently, Aries is the linchpin to this fucking show now, and it falls apart when he's not here.
He's been talking a lot.
He has been.
Aries would understand the Cure reference. too.
Yeah, he would have got it right away.
They wouldn't like it though. You mad at you?
No, Aries likes the Cure fine. He doesn't like Depeche Mode, but he likes the Cure.
I like Depeche Mode.
Well,
I'm sorry, I didn't get the fucking reference. So,
how do you
yeah.
not like the? You should like the Cure.
I don't. I like the Cure fine.
It's fine.
Name another song then.
Still Cure in '98.
Right. You cured in the years.
They had the Crow song
Mm-hmm.
The Crow song.
on the Crow soundtrack.
What's the name of the song?
Track 1.
What was it? Track 1.
I think it was, yeah.
It
Yep.
was.
Kim calling me, right? Calling me.
Kim is calling.
Kim is calling me. Kim is calling me.
They're on a rooftop right now.
It's about Robert Smith's
Love song.
It's about like Robert Smith's Asian friend like trying to get in touch with him.
Oh, what? Sing soon.
No, Kim.
Pictures of you. Come on. Jeez.
All right, sorry. All right. Oh, fucking.
What about Love Song?
He said
I
that.
said love song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said that.
No, you didn't.
I just said love song.
They sing about Spider-Man.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That was the Ramones. They covered that. I'm about to fucking Cure a fucking aficionado.
You know what, Johnny? If this room does not cool down, I swear to God, I'm gonna throw him out of the goddamn window.
That's
That's
not
not
I don't
gonna
think he's
That's
gonna.
gonna make things
Yeah.
way cooler.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
she'll
it'll
break
make
the
me feel
window
better.
and let
Yeah.
the fucking heat in.
It'll make me feel better though.
Speaking of that era of Batman that the Ramones covered, this is a long way around. I've
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I've watched the two Batman '66 animated films in the last 3 days, and they are the fucking best DC animated films that have ever come out.
They have Adam West and Burt Ward's voices, right?
Yeah, which is sad because
Where they put out recently, right?
yeah,
Last couple
I
years.
think last year and at the beginning of this year.
Yeah, and they had both Burt Ward did
Yep.
the voice, and also
And so did Julie Newmar.
yeah.
None
And-
of the villains, unfortunately.
It was after Adam West had.
No, Adam West was in the first two. Or the only two.
Okay,
He made it before he died, obviously.
well that's what I was wondering.
I don't think it came out. I don't think the second one came out before he died.
Maybe Billy West could have done his
But
voice.
they are fucking.
Billy
They are.
West would've.
They're
I know.
fucking funny, and they are hilarious, and just so great. Highest recommendation. It does. I do notice like the villains. I feel like you. I know this might be blasphemous, but I feel like you could have probably found somebody to do a Batman and Robin impersonation, and it probably would have turned out to be fine.
Yeah.
But like Gorsh, Romero, and Meredith are like
Yeah.
irreplaceable. Like there, it is noticeable, but it's fun. It's a good story. It's like imagine the Batman '66 movie, like a very similar plot
Yeah.
with like a Michael Bay budget. There's like space travel and like all this other like crazy shit. And the second one has Bill Shatner as Two-Face. So it's fucking phenomenal.
Wow.
Speaking of Burt Ward, any opportunity to play this is a good one.
Oh, this is that weird fucking.
I think the combination of him in this and the suit is really pushing their douche
Yeah.
chills too far.
Burt Ward's still alive?
Yes.
Yes.
Even as a boy wondered,
His career
it's
is
really
in worse
hard
shape
to
than
read
ever.
all the time.
Yeah, right.
Here is a happy letter from
You love this song, don't you, Raven Shadow?
Oh, it's my jam. This actually makes me very comfortable.
Makes you feel all
Should.
American
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what happened, man? You took the jacket
Oh, you took the jacket off?
Yeah,
What
it's
the
a
fuck?
lot.
I always wanted
Cool
to
a little
like go to a convention that Mr. West was at
Mhm.
and like wait in line with a million people that had like Batman '66 stuff and show up with my copy of The Young Lovers of Lady Chatterley.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he'd appreciate that?
I'm not sure. I think I would appreciate getting it signed though.
Yeah.
I don't know when it comes to meeting people. I like, celebs at cons. I'm the kind of person that likes to talk to them about.
You're the type of
Stuff.
person that stands there fucking hyperventilating, terrified.
You're the type of
No,
person that
hyperventilating terrified.
that stands outside their house.
This from the same guy who like practically pissed
Yeah.
himself standing next to
Yeah.
Angela Bettis.
Yeah, it's true.
That wasn't piss, but listen, listen. I like me and Baronis almost had to resuscitate you because you saw Leslie Nielsen in a room. Like we almost flat out lost
Yeah.
you.
Well, it was Leslie Nielsen.
It's Enrico Palazzo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I have a love connection with Angela Bettis. Like
Do not have a love
Yeah,
connection.
Does she know about
Why
that?
don't we get her on the show then? Let's talk about this love connection.
it's awkward. That's why she hasn't been on the show.
Yeah,
She hasn't been back since.
it's awkward because she doesn't even remember you, even though she has a Deadite shirt.
No, it's some strange triangle with Amanda Palmer and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You have a newfound love for Amanda Palmer.
Same old love I always had, actually.
Hmm. You sure?
Nah, maybe not. She really wrote this phenomenal book that is so personal. It like affected me so personally. Like I'm almost hesitant to recommend it to anybody because like there were so many things in it that like I feel like I'm sure there are a gazillion people who will interpret things in the book that are helpful, but there were just things in the book about the perception of her music and the perception of herself and stuff that I really identified with. You know what I mean? Like, and the having trouble asking for help, and so
It makes me not feel bad about our shilling portion of the show.
yeah, I don't know.
Or do you still feel bad about it?
I never felt bad about it. I feel bad it doesn't work.
Well, we did have our boy. I can't remember if I mentioned it last week or not, but during the show last week, our boy Matt Jewell of Omaha hooked us up once again with a donation on PayPal. So
Oh, geez,
That
thank
was
you,
cool
dude.
of him.
thank you, Matt Jewell. It's fucking awesome. So I think it's going to be a light. I imagine it'll be a light live night because it is the
Why
4th
don't we
of July.
finish early?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as I was
speaking
driving in, I saw they were setting off fireworks down the street here.
Oh, is that what? I don't think that's actually what it is. I came in close to where it is. And I think the power lines across from the cable station.
Yeah,
are
I
down for some reason.
got worried that it might be power and it might be down here, but
Yeah.
thankfully, obviously, we're fine in the studio. But speaking of which, Matchwell of Omaha just popped in the chat room,
Hey.
and he said, "Woo! A day off and the live show. Life is good.
Woo!
Awesome,
I had to
Matchwell."
work all day, and it's fucking hot at my work.
And Riku said it's a bit late, but that's understandable. It's a holiday. We're always a little bit late. There's that grace period of 15 minutes.
If
There
I
actually
had-
was a street closed near the studio, and
Yeah.
I think everyone needed to take a detour. So
Yeah.
It was
except
right
for Raven Shadow,
Yeah, it was
probably.
right before the detour for me. Like I thought I wasn't gonna be able to get on Depot Street,
Yeah.
but the thing was right.
Oh yeah.
like right before.
Me and MZ both had to turn around and go the other way. So
Yeah, because you were coming in that way.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was coming in from like the other side from Upton. But yeah, it was. I was very worried about the power. But I don't know. My two people that drive for me are like fucking Jason Statham because I don't feel like they're driving fast or I don't feel like they're like driving unsafely. But like Aries and I have taken that trip a few times. It's like a 20-minute trip. So when I left at like 10 of, I'm like, you know, you guys should start without me because I'm gonna be like a half hour late. And if I hadn't stopped to call my special lady friend, I could have come up and done the intro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
fact,
you
I-
literally just missed it. You
Yeah.
probably heard him finish.
Well,
it.
I heard him start it, and I was like, "Oh, I should stand out here and listen how fucking awful this is before I go in." But I had something awesome set up for him too. I just forgot to send it to you. It's gonna have you do. It's been a long time since you did a Larry Fine poetry reading. It's gonna have you do Real American.
We have to get that music that Reverend Scott plays, the piano music for I'm Real American.
Speaking of piano music, and I'm sorry if I've talked about this, my brain's not right. Has anybody else seen that weird thing that's been going around? That's John Cena playing a morose piano version of a Pixie song.
Yeah,
No.
Man, that guy's multi-talented.
sure is.
Yeah, I'd take all 5 of his moves.
Is that all you take?
I'd take whatever you want him. The streets of Newbury, Massachusetts.
It's fucking hot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Remember, children.
Yeah. All right, that's it for the show.
Q busted.
Speaking of things we still have, Johnny, and things we'll have forever, you and I are now part of something that's going to last forever.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's why I wore this. I wanted
Yep.
to remember to talk about it, so I'm glad you brought it up because I wasn't looking.
I wore it yesterday. Sweat all over it, so I couldn't wear it again.
Yeah, tell folks about
Yeah.
what you and I did on Friday night that these guys didn't go to.
Me, you, our
Other stars, luminaries.
Yeah, other luminaries. Some of my favorite podcasters and filmmakers and some real cool people. Went to the Survival of Film Freaks wrap party and private premiere screening. And it was fucking really good.
Yeah, it really is. And, obviously, there's the fear of being a little biased because our boy Bill by Force is our boy, and we've
Yep.
known him
And we're in it.
for years. We're in it, and he's been a great friend to the show. He's been a great help, a great support, everything. And so it would be easy for us to just say, oh well, that movie's fucking awesome, and without even like meaning it. But
I've already been accused of only liking it because I'm in it.
By who?
honestly, I didn't even know I was going to be in it. I didn't know if we were going to make it the cut
I knew I was
because
in it at
our
least-
audio was
yeah,
was not
good. I knew I was in it at least once because I can't remember if Bill or
Kyle.
Andrea sent it to me. But Andrea was over at Bill's house, and I got a clip of me, the talking about my rental criteria and how it had showed the different movies as I was saying it. So I knew that they had already put at least that much work into it. So I knew I was
Yeah.
in it once. But yeah, no, I felt like we were in it plenty. But at the my response to that was apparently you haven't heard the way I talk about my band on this podcast. Like I'm not like. And I think Wolfie will back me up here. I'm not a homer, and I'm not somebody who, just because I'm involved in something, say that it's good. When
So-
the show sucks.
So what?
Everyone knows it.
So for people who may not have heard the like if they're not familiar with it, Bill by Force and Kyle Kukta, who made the great fan film Phantasm. Bill by Force has been doing outside the cinema for 10 plus years now. One of the first and longest running cult film podcast in the world.
And influential, it's worth saying.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd said that, he was influential to us, influential to a bunch of other podcasts. So Bill decided he loves cult films so much, he decided that he wanted to make a documentary about it. So he teamed up with Kyle. He basically pitched the idea to Kyle. I don't want to give too much away because I want people to track this down when it comes out on DVD, Blu-ray, digital, whatever. But, so I won't give the whole backstory because I'm sure that's theirs to tell. But Bill was kind enough to ask Mars and I if we wanted to be interviewed for it.
Yeah.
We had no assurances that we were going to make the cut or anything like that. And he filmed literally, I think he had not 14 hours. It was like some ungodly, 40 hours of footage or something, maybe even more than that. I don't even know. But interviewed some fantastic people. I'm not going to say all of them once again. I want people to check it out. But there's some great filmmakers. There's some great other podcasters and just horror icons.
Yeah, as the list of people they spoke with got longer, my hope of actually being in it
got
more bleak. But
So Bill interviewed Dynamo and I at Rock and Shock in 2016.
Yep.
And what's 16? No, it was this
17.
past one. Yeah, 2017. And
Reverend Scott was around.
yeah, well, he's been around for all of them. He missed maybe one Rock and Shock, but so anyways, interviewed us. We didn't know. We heard that the audio didn't come out great because it was on the show floor. So we thought that maybe the audio might have been too bad to use, but we got to go. We saw the feature, the debut of it. It had never been shown, for more than one or two people who were helping with the project.
Right.
And we got to see the debut of Survival of the Film Freaks under the sky at the the Byforce backyard.
Yep. It was awesome. It was it was such a fun day too, because
Yeah.
There are mutual friends that I'm friends with, with Bill that I only see when
Sure.
wrestling's in town or whatever else.
Yeah,
So it
we
was cool to hang with those
We
guys.
saw
and-
Mr. Chris. We saw
Yeah.
Michael Neal. We saw Eric Newell,
He's a cool
Andrew
dude.
Willannon,
Yeah, me and Andrea rode up together, so it was awesome to spend some time with her. I love her so
Chris
much.
McGibbon.
Yep.
A whole host of other
The,
folks.
I always the Cryptic, he's got a new review project that he's been doing for a few months now. It's very cool.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was great. It was a good time. I think that I am proud of being in it, and I am proud of. It's neat to be in it with some of those other people, right? But
yeah.
I'm mostly proud of our community because I feel like if you saw Andrea speak in that film or saw Eric speak in that film without them directly pimping themselves or doing anything, I feel like you too. I feel like you too.
You too was in it? Holy shit.
Yep. I was just talking about Bono stole all my moves. But you wouldn't think that, you know what I mean? They were just podcasters that lived near Bill that were his friends. You know what I mean? They were as knowledgeable, as smart, as well-spoken as anyone else in that film. And I think he also did a good job at showcasing those people, and I'm also excited to say that there is a filmmaker / DJ in that film that we'll be doing some business with pretty soon. So that's pretty exciting. So
What was your first thought, Mars, when you saw yourself on screen?
that I'm fucking look like Shrek. That I'm ugly.
Well, I didn't
man.
mean that, but
That
Hey, donkey.
I'll never be able to afford to fix my broken pro wrestling teeth, and I'm ugly. Shouldn't have a camera pointed at me.
Okay,
So
so,
you
it's
wish-
a
you wish
documentary
you-
/ horror then.
Yeah. It's not even hard.
so you wish you got cut then, is what you're saying.
I don't want to go that far. It's not even horror. It's one of the cake fart weird things that you would watch, people looking at a fucking real man dying in front of you.
What the fuck?
Because the whole time I look like I'm having a fucking heart attack. It's bad.
It's not true.
Yeah.
I was a little. Like I said, I wasn't sure if I even made the cut. But then when I first saw myself on screen, I was just kind of had this combination of nerves and fear that I was going to say something fucking stupid, you know. And I wasn't on screen. I'll say that I wasn't on screen a ton, which I probably is good, but it's but yeah, it was fun to do, and I'm glad, I'm thankful that Bill had us be a part of it, which was really awesome. And I think if anything, like I mean, even if no one sees it, which they will. I mean, I have a feeling this is going to get picked up and it's going to get distributed. But I think if anything, it adds some legitimacy to what we do, because someone, aka Bill, cared about what we thought, which, for better or worse, is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
So, so we can't thank Bill enough, and I can't wait for
Other
I feel
people
like
see it.
I'm a part of it. Granted, we were on screen, we were interviewed, but I feel like I'm more of a part of it than we actually were.
I'm just so gracious
because I want him to be successful.
Because how do you go hang out with some of these in that field and cult movie luminaries, and
And Skip Shea was there too.
Oh yeah, and directors, and Skip Shea gave me some really good advice for real life. So I really love that dude so much.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Can't wait for the film.
We also talked about him coming back.
Sure.
He
Nice.
literally lives right down the road.
Nice.
But the first off, because it's so in my head that I can't. I'm having that trouble getting past it to say what I want to say that's relevant. But my litness for to kind of describe how much we're in it. I was talking to one of the Deadites, and it was like, well, were you in it enough that we should get some when it comes out and sell them at the swag thing? And I was like, yeah, I feel like we should. I feel like we're definitely in it enough to justify, And I
And we also, by the way, we got a special thanks in the credits. Trick or Treat Radio.
Nice.
But not. It's a Trick or Treat Radio, but not Raven Shadow.
Why? Bill likes me.
No, it probably would say not MZ because
no.
Bill hates MZ now.
Yeah, he does.
Because he's invited you to like 8 things and you never even reply.
I can't make them.
Yeah, but you don't even reply.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would reply. I've replied on a couple of them only because I see them.
So he stopped inviting you.
Yeah, now you can't come.
I was literally told when.
So I'm on his red list. Okay.
So
No, there's kind of like, if you ask a girl out on a date, 10 times and you get blown off 10 times, like, are you going to ask an 11th time?
Well, who are you talking to?
Look,
Diet Coach over here.
Yeah, that's a
look, I dig Bill. I
that's-
dig Bill.
10 and a half more times than it would probably happen in real life.
And I think Bill likes you. But when you burn someone so many times, then, they just kind of stop.
It's not done on purpose.
My ride situation
done
changed.
out of love.
And Bill called me and said, hey, listen, ask any of those other Trick or Treat Radio guys, just not MZ. I was like, why? I said, fuck MZ.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fucking awesome movie.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. I keep on seeing. I think it's Bill who keeps posting up promo shots.
Film Freak
little
Friday.
and he keeps showing. I keep seeing the one for Ted Raimi.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
Ted Raimi's in it. That's one I will say. Ted Raimi, Adam Green, who also was featured on their social media. I can't remember who else got featured, but I don't want to. Once again, I don't want to spoil.
but he's shopping it around, right? To
Well, they're doing a
distribution
festival
or-
thing right now.
They're entering into festivals right now.
Okay.
Yep,
So here's what I loved about it.
that's where it gets shopped
And
around.
I feel
at
like this will
festivals.
get lost on a lot of people because it's not directly spelled out, but all the promotional materials, the logo, the poster is all very 80s, right?
Yeah.
And I love that they just kind of had a bunch at the beginning about the history of cult film,
Yeah.
but it was really about cult film in our lifetime, our consumption of it.
Right.
Video stores,
meaning,
cable,
Yep.
Blu-ray boutique labels,
Well, Laserdisc
Laserdisc.
was covered, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray.
They
and
covered
then-
laser.
and digital.
I'll find that very interesting.
They covered basically from even to the point where midnight movies in the 50s and 60s, where you go and watch literally the start of midnight movies. So, they cover the time span of cult cinema, of when it started up until present, basically. So that's not really it's not a spoiler. It's just kind of setting the scene of what to expect.
Yeah, I mean, in minus drive-ins, I guess, but it was all that stuff was I feel like you know, they mentioned where they came from. They mentioned, but like they were just like getting to the 80s. You know what I mean? Like that's what I felt like it was about. Like, I mean, look at the logo, look at the music. It was a documentary.
Oh,
about
yeah.
the 80s.
That's
like,
That's where I'd say a good portion of it. Yeah.
How long is the documentary?
It's like exactly 90 minutes. I
and
think.
if you don't understand that and you think that it should have, you know, if you go into that thinking you should have 45 minutes about drive-ins and 45 minutes about midnight movies, first of all, you should watch all the other 10 or 11 documentaries that are out there about that. You know, about midnight movies, about drive-ins, about the grindhouse eras. Like, it's kind of a fucking well-hashed thing. But it, you know, like it's not for that. You know, like I think that.
But
And I
if you figure though, look at the poster.
Right.
There's a Laserdisc, DVDs, and VHS
yeah,
tapes.
I hate to say it, but
Beta.
if you here's what I'm going to say,
Beta.
and I hope if anybody does think this, I piss them off. But if you think that that's what that movie with that poster should be about, and you think you should cram that into well, I like drive-ins.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, like go watch one of those other fucking movies. Then you fakakta schnook. Like,
Yeah.
like
I mean, the proof is in the pudding
yeah,
right there.
like-
I mean,
like if you go to that movie and think you should be having 45 minutes about 60s drive-ins, then you're a fucking dummy. And, and that's
Well, who's saying that? Like, I don't
That's my-
understand where
that's
that's
my
coming
take.
from.
I'm just throwing that out. In the
Okay,
as if-
you like preemptively, like
yeah, if somebody had say it.
Mr. Chris was saying that.
No.
That should be a blurb on the DVD
I figured out
box.
who Mr. Chris reminds me of, though.
Was that
Howard Schenken.
the artist?
Yeah, I was watching a Howard Schenken interview, and he's just as mean and
Writer,
as
artist?
aloof as.
Really?
did you just
Mr.
call him
Chris.
Mr. Chris aloof?
It's my dad. I can say what I want. He made me with his sperm. His penis shot a liquid into a lady, and I came out.
Oh, all right. Well,
so that's how it happened.
yeah. So that's I guess that's all we'll say. We definitely will have Bill on sometime soonish. You know, and you know, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be when he gets stuff going for festivals, but whenever he wants to come on, we're going to have him on again sometime soon to talk about Survival of the Film Freaks, and you know the process and maybe just some more about it. So, yeah, I'm really excited for it to get out there and for other people to see it. So I'm really hoping you guys, you know, when you're able to, who knows, could be months, could be years. I don't know. This process just is sort of, you know, it works itself out. So hopefully it does get distribution and they get a pretty penny
I mean,
from
there are
it to hopefully
deadites
make
in it
something
that
else.
could make it worth another, 2 or 3 years anyway before anybody sees it.
That's true.
Yeah.
20, 30 maybe.
Yeah. We had a fucking compilation album that's out and been sold in real life that we still don't sell to real people. So
In the chat room, Leanna asked, have you guys seen Hereditary yet? And we did talk a little bit about it last week. Mars and I have seen it. Have either of you guys seen it yet?
I haven't had the
I
chance.
want to.
I want to.
You
so
want
bad.
to. I
don't
asked if
think
you've
you'll
seen
like
it.
it.
Why?
Because I don't think you will. Because I've known you for 20 years and I've watched 360 something movies with you for this show.
Whoa.
No, you're
whoa,
way
whoa,
overboard.
whoa.
No, I think
Don't
I
give him
watched-
that much credit.
No, because we had other zeros and numbers.
275
Yeah.
tops.
yeah, 250 maybe.
And I don't know how you'll think of it. You'll probably.
I'm looking for. I
I
want
think
to see
MZ
it.
will like it.
I want to see it.
I'm waiting for the weird comparison that I don't really. That particular butter knife was used in The Omen.
I know what movie people will probably say it's like, but I won't say because if you haven't seen it, I don't want to.
To Kill Bill.
Yeah, I thought it was very. It's a weird thing because like I thought it was very good, and I think my grade, if you follow me on social media, will say that I thought it was good, but I still managed to think that, and I still can't remember what movie I felt this about. It is both. The hate for it is like totally fucking unwarranted, and the fucking adoration for it is unwarranted. Like I feel
Well,
like
that seems to be kind of the deal with movies that critics love and fans are can be lukewarm on, or the you know the film going public.
yeah.
Because the critics loved it, like overwhelmingly so. And we may review this. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it shakes out when it comes out and everything. So I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's different, and I can understand people not liking it, and I can understand people really liking it. I can't see too many people being on the fence, which I wouldn't say I'm on the fence, but I'm more on the fence than I am in the love it or hate it camp. I liked a lot about it, and I love that there's a movie like this in theaters because it's not your typical fare that you might see in a theater. And so I do appreciate that. In the chat room, Matchel of Omaha says, enjoyed Hereditary quite a bit. And Lana says, oh my God, MZ, I expected this from Raven Shadow, not you. Hereditary's so good.
I want to see it. Definitely want to check it out.
So
tired.
we'll see when it comes out on VOD and see if it's one that we can make work because I think that would fit in line with, we did Get Out after it
Yeah.
had a big theatrical run. So it's possible that we'll do it, but it all depends on the timing and everything. So we'll see.
It's a phenomenal cast.
Yeah,
I
the
think
acting is
that
very good.
If you're going to see it, maybe this is why Raven Shadow is, because Gabriel Byrne is in it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that you would, like... I think if you didn't know Gabriel Byrne was in it, you might not think that you would, like... It's a very un-Gabriel Byrne
Yeah.
role.
Yeah.
This is Gabriel Byrne crying in his car role, not Gabriel Byrne being the devil. Or
But it is interesting having him in it for sure.
yeah. I mean, I think the cast, definitely elevated some. Not all of it was, but it's elevated some kind of pedestrian stuff.
Yeah, it had a great cast.
Yeah.
Riku also says, I enjoyed Hereditary as well. So a lot of people digging it. So we'll have to see, and maybe we'll check it out soon when it hits VOD because these jabronis can't go to the fucking movies.
Listen, I saw.
Listen, I just saw. Have you seen Solo?
No.
Are you gonna?
Yes.
When?
Eventually.
One's on Betamax.
Yeah.
Well, no, I got to see. I probably next. I saw the Avengers, right? I saw the Avengers, and I saw Deadpool.
Yeah. Well, 2
So
months
that's
after
nice.
they came out.
Well, I saw Star Wars
Yep.
in January.
Solo is pretty much almost out of theaters now.
Well, then I'll get it
Already?
on DVD. But no, I'll probably will see Ant-Man and the Wasp because I get.
You're gonna go see that one as soon as it comes out.
No, it's not the first week. Maybe like 2 weeks because I want to see.
What's the what you want? You don't want crowds. Is that what it is?
I don't like crowds. Crowds are fine too, but I don't like anxiety. I like to be able to go to the movies, find a seat. I don't want to pick a seat.
You know what you do? You go to the ones that have assigned seating.
I don't
and
like
you
that.
Why?
I don't like that
Why?
because I don't want a assigned seat.
Why don't you want an assigned
Because
seat?
maybe I don't want to sit next to that guy.
Yeah, but they're so far apart that you don't even sit next to someone.
I gotta be able to see. I gotta be able to see the room and see where the lay of
Oh
the
my
land.
They lay it out
God.
like the urinal line in a men's room. They space you out. They don't sit you next to people.
Plus, it's like it actually looks like it's better than a concert seating chart.
Yeah, you pick the seat that you want.
Yeah, but it's still just like square little boxes. I want to
Yeah.
be able to see my relation to the screen and see what things are.
You-
I don't like.
Oh my God! That you,
real?
Well, how we were doing that forever since movies were invented. But we had this technology like you have to live. You can't live without it.
hold on, I'm gonna show you what it fucking looks like. Okay,
It's like holy crap, a microwave.
you're gonna see exactly.
While you're looking for that, you know what else is going to piss me off preemptively when people start saying about it?
Uh-oh.
I'm waiting for people to be like, why wasn't Bruce Campbell in your movie? Why wasn't...
What?
He
I'm
means
waiting
Survival
for
of the
people to fucking start, complaining about who was in Survival of Film Freak.
What, you mean Bruce Campbell ain't in it?
No.
I ain't
Oh,
watching
well, I ain't watching it.
it. And there's no drive-ins.
All right, let's see. Let's see what Uncle Drew. Look at this. Oh my God! There's the screen.
Says-
Look at that.
That just in case
See,
you can't see it, that's a...
Oh my
That's how
God.
it works.
Yeah,
Look
but
at
how do
this.
you? Yeah,
I can see it all laid out. There's only 4 people in a row, and then there's a space.
In
and then
all,
there's 2 people.
In all honesty,
you could
except for-
actually not
except-
sit next to anyone if you wanted to.
In all honesty, except for sitting in possibly the first 2
Wow.
rows, your view of that screen is going to be exactly
Yeah.
the same no matter where you sit.
What if it's a big tall guy?
It
that
doesn't
one.
matter. It's stadium
You're the big
seating.
tall guy.
Stadium seating.
Stadium seating, buddy.
So is that stadium?
When was the last
Yes.
fucking movie that you went to where you all sitting fucking flat on the floor?
Because that's the thing.
At fucking Bill's house the other day in the yard we weren't, so we had stadium seating.
Yeah, it's on a fucking incline.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's not like the scale. I mean, that's like about as.
Scale. Who cares about scale?
How do you know? I don't understand there's no proper depth perception. Is there
Oh,
a railing?
my fucking
I like to
God.
where's the railing? I like sitting on the railing.
So, okay, Raven Shadow. So your options are you go to the movies and then you have to contend with crowds. You have to get there early maybe to get a good seat.
Yeah.
Or You do this, and you get there 5 minutes before the fucking movie starts. You go get your popcorn or whatever the fuck you want, and then you find your seat, and that's it. No lines.
it's
you have no one next to you if you want that.
And
you
as
don't have
far
to deal
as
with anyone.
railing, and as far as railing goes, see those two big spaces in the middle there? That one and that one?
Those are the aisles.
Yeah. In between those, chances are there's going to be a rail, okay?
Yeah, but it's not on the graphic.
It doesn't what,
That's like
what?
a fucking Atari graphics. It's like the Falcon in the first one when Luke is shooting the TIE fighters.
Oh my fucking
Oh my
god.
God.
You can't make, you could do better than that.
I've lost all hope in humanity.
How long
No,
is this?
in humanity, in him.
Like, why are you losing? That would be like, why are you losing hope in humanity for something
Yeah.
he does?
But we never had that before. Yeah, it's Uncle Drew, so no one's in the fucking theater. So
Fuck Uncle Drew. I'm sick of I'm sick of Uncle Drew. I'm sick of the general telling me to go see Uncle Drew. Fuck the general. Fuck Uncle Drew and
Funkle Drew.
fuck Uncle
Yeah.
Drew and fuck you too, you
Can we just go
American
home?
flag wearing yuts.
I haven't been home for 4 days. This isn't what I deserve.
I don't want to see Uncle Drew.
Uncle
You know
Drew.
what? But you do want to go see Ant-Man and Wasp, and that seems like the same.
Why
to
don't
me.
you do this?
Because I don't need that. It's a different kind of anxiety. I don't need that. We watch movies.
Do you want me
since
to
we were-
buy you a seat for fucking Ant-Man right now?
Will you come with me?
No.
No, because I don't want to see that.
Fine, they're gonna have. It's gonna be a fucking tie-in to Infinity War. You'll see what Scott Lang was doing that day.
Fuck, I'm sorry I missed it.
My God. Oh
I cannot believe that you won't do this.
I don't like it. I mean, I'll do if I have to. If they sometimes where they
I didn't even
horseshoe
want to
you.
go see Solo, and I
Uncle
saw it.
Drew.
So
I would see Solo.
Raven Chow,
Yeah.
here's what I do. When there's a big event movie that I
Yeah.
absolutely want to see on the opening night, for instance, I did this with Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
I did it with the last couple of Star Wars movies and Avengers, Infinity War. I will go ahead. I'll buy tickets in advance, weeks ahead of time, get them all picked out. I'll get a really nice seat picked out, and I go there, and I feel like I'm watching it alone. It's me and T-Dog watching it, and I feel like there's no one else there because the seats are so far apart. They're recliners. You have tons of space. It's,
Yeah, I don't
it's amazing.
Or just
and
go
you
to
can
the-
order fucking food and
Right.
drinks if you want.
Or just go
you
to
can
the-
order from the bar.
Right. Or just go to the fucking murder theater where no one goes.
Yeah.
The Murder Theater.
Yeah, down in the fucking
Showcase North.
Showcase North. No one goes there.
Yeah, I might do that. Yeah.
Actually, that's where I saw Hereditary. It was fucking packed.
We used to
Really?
go to.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? It's funny that you mentioned that because that's also like where they often stick a lot of the like. You know, not that this didn't play at the theater in Millbury where I saw it, but not that they do often play a lot of the art house movies, and like those are the only movies that like I remember that I went and saw like Hot Fuzz 2 nights in a row, and it was packed 2 nights in a row, but there was some big movie going on, and like just like nobody was in it. I went and saw. We went and saw Star Wars, and we just pretty much fucking walked in.
Raven Shadow. Leanna says, why are you overcomplicating movies? I actually have anxiety disorders, and it's literally the least anxious thing to pick your movie seat.
See, I think the film theater community is making it more complicated.
The film
Film
theater
theater
community.
The
Well, yeah.
The actual community.
There's a whole
There's a
fucking
community of
underground
film
network of
I
theater.
think Uncle Drew is making
Uncle fucking Drew is behind it all.
Funkle Drew.
There's an underground
Uncle
network.
Drew.
We're talking about fucking picking your movie seat for Ant-Man, and you're making it sound like Days of Future Past.
Maybe I don't want to sit there when I get there.
Or you know what you can
But you
do?
picked it.
You know what you can
That's
do?
today. Maybe in August I don't want to sit there anymore. Maybe it's a bad seat. Someone broke the spring.
You could wait. You could wait a couple of weeks for the
That's what we
crowds
were
to
trying
die
get him to
down.
not do, you dummy.
Yeah, we're trying to get it so right away. So he
we
goes to
do
see.
a fucking Star Wars show. He's seen every Star Wars, but he won't get off his ass in time to see it for the show.
Well, I like doing it. It's been a little tradition. I do it around my birthday.
Oh,
So you're gonna wait to see Solo to your birthday?
Well, no, they fucked up the algorithm by moving it to not my birthday.
Leanna says in all caps, the Underground Network. This isn't the Underground Railroad. We're not the Harriet Tubman of movies.
I am like Harriet Tubman. I am America. Where's my jacket?
I can't believe that we're talking about Harriet Tubman and Uncle Drew in the same segment. My life is terrible.
We have a fucking Yankee diddler over here.
Yes, I'm wearing this one to go see Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Go ahead.
You're a miracle.
I am a fucking miracle. That's right.
You're fucking a miracle.
I am.
Me,
The United States
wait.
of a miracle.
I am the
wait.
United States of miracle.
I wait till the crowds die down.
Yeah, but that's
But it has nothing to do with sitting next to anybody. It just has to do with
MZ.
just wanting to watch the movie without having somebody open up their big fat yap during it.
MZ, what was the last movie you saw?
I gotta think here. Hold on. It's been a while. I don't remember.
I just
Wow.
don't
I
think
honestly don't remember.
Three Stooges.
it probably was. Yeah.
You know what? The thing you're complaining about, I can honestly say, doesn't really happen to me.
Wait, and me, MZ.
MZ. Like I can't personally, and maybe I would just like block it out because I've said to the Hossman a lot that I don't notice what other people are doing in theaters, but like I can't remember the last time that someone spoke or pissed me off during like a movie like that. I
Oh, it
just
happened
can't
in
remember.
Hereditary for
Let's
me.
see.
So it was the last
We went to
movie
the
I
fucking murder theater. Those
It
people-
happens so actually it happens almost every horror movie I go see. It happens.
I think the last movie I went to go see in the theater was The Hateful Eight. I think.
Oh
so.
my god! So 2 years?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
that
See?
has to be wrong though. That has to be wrong.
Does your significant other not like going to the movies? Because there's no other reason why you.
no.
Did he
no.
ever go to any of the field trips with us?
Not the ones I went to. He didn't go to Guardians.
Well, he didn't really care about comic book movies.
Yeah.
Though
You
he
did-
likes them all after they come out. Like
Yeah.
at some point, I was hoping he would get fucking hip to this fucking jive and realize that he's like 2 years later. He's like, Avengers was good. You guys ever seen that?
Hey, it
You
took
ever hear
me,
of Spider-Man?
hey, it took me 35 years or whatever it was for me to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark. So
That is true.
You still haven't watched the one we thought you would like.
Mumshiba. Mumshiba.
Oh,
Mumshiba.
I watched Raiders. That's enough for me. It was
No,
good.
You
I'm
gotta
not-
you gotta see Temple of Doom, dude.
Yeah, Temple of Doom's the best.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
That's the second one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's amazing.
It's my favorite.
Leanna says MZ has a significant other.
Right?
I know, huh?
Now is that in all caps too?
No.
That's what the significant other says too.
Well, sometimes, yeah, we refer to her sometimes as girlfriend zero,
Quasimodo.
mom.
What?
Quasimodo? You made that up. We've never said that.
We've never said that.
Not what you were thinking it.
That's
No,
no, we
wasn't.
weren't. Not one time.
Not at all.
That was even meaner than what I was gonna say. And what I was gonna say was mean.
And then Leanna says, "How the hell have I watched Indiana Jones in its entirety before MZ? How old are you?"
I just turned 47.
Have you watched all of them? Because they're good.
You talking to him or her?
Her, sorry. Except for
And-
that last one. They're good.
And then Leanna says, "You know that calling you a miracle is an insult in the South, right, Raven Shadow?"
A miracle in the South?
I don't know.
Well, I don't live down south.
Why is it?
And she has seen them all.
Why is it a miracle? I don't know that. That's interesting.
Why is it an insult? Use it in a sentence.
Use it in a
A
sentence.
You are a miracle. You are. Wait, I'll do it in the South. You are a miracle.
You're a miracle. Captain Miracle.
All right, Raven Shadow. So we're gonna
Yeah.
go see Uncle Drew tonight at 10:45. What seats you want?
Uh,
C4, right
yeah.
here.
I don't know. I mean, is that
C4,
what level's that
C3.
on?
Will the general have a cameo in it?
It's stadium seating, dude. Like,
See, but I don't know. I mean, like, it doesn't seem like that's a small theater.
here's what's funny. These are just like that. Like what? 100 seats. Like
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
we were
small.
talking about someone. How fucking cool is this? Someone got, and I almost said no to them, right? Because I didn't know what was going on. Someone called me and said, "Hey, man, I can get you." They always say don't out them, but I'm sure everyone knows who my Boston hookup is. But they said,
What?
They said, "Hey, man, do you want tickets to the Foo Fighters at Fenway?" And I said, "No, thank you." And then I got off the phone. I got a notification that said that Dinosaur Jr. was playing at Fenway Park, and I said, "What the fuck?" That's my that's my special lady friend's favorite band, and B, they usually play at the Middle East. Like that's a fucking
Well, they're open.
big upgrade. Yeah, and then I looked, and they're opening for like the Foo Fighters, so I had to fucking go back and be like, "Hey guys, still have those tickets, please." And I got him,
Was
and
it
they were
too
like,
late? No.
no, they were like, hey, and if you can get me like, $50 more, I can upgrade him to this. So I'm like trying to fucking figure out if that's like better. And we're looking at like fucking thousands and thousands of seats. I'm trying to negotiate on the seating chart.
Right.
That's fucking 100 seats. Not even.
That's 100 seats there.
I would say maybe let's do.
Don't start
once
getting
again-
that
once
brain.
again, I don't
Don't
need that.
start that brain
They're-
going.
they're
I know
right.
it didn't look like it was 100 seats.
But there's,
there.
I mean, it might not be. There are rows of 4. So
Yeah.
if it's the first row at the bottom is like, if there's 3 rows of 4, that's 16 right there.
You
So-
just don't need to just go in and sit down. Just
But
go in
you-
and fucking sit down.
But you go 6 months after the movie comes out.
That's when I like to go. I feel relaxed.
Yeah, but you're on a pop culture podcast where you should fucking like. We don't want to be talking. No one wants to hear about Star Wars that came out in April and July. No one wants to talk about that.
we have a special
But
show
you're
for
like,
that.
You're like, oh,
And you're
we
not
went-
on it.
Yeah, we went.
Well.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I went and it's the whole show stops. I went and saw the Star Wars like 6 months after it came out.
I
Like,
can't sick of all these Star Wars.
And Leanna says things like, I'm praying for you. You're a blessing. Those are passive aggressive insults in the South.
Okay.
I
you go.
heard that. Dynamo's,
All right, we need to
Dynamo's
s-
from the South.
We need to start wrapping this up. We'll do real quick intros. How about that, Raven Shadow?
All right.
Since it's the 4th of July.
It is the 4th
and
of
you're
July.
dressed up
I am for America.
for America.
I'm not a big fan though.
Yeah,
I'm not really a fan.
Oh, don't be that. Don't be that.
I'm not a fan of America right now.
Well, I'm not a fan of fucking America right now, but I mean,
I'm fucking embarrassed to be an American right now.
I am embarrassed to be an American right now, but I am overall proud to be an American
How can you be embarrassed and proud?
because
Where at least
I
you know
don't
you're
think
free.
because it wasn't like this 4 years ago,
Wasn't like this 2 years
2
ago.
years.
and it wasn't like this years before that, and it's never been this bad. Like
Yeah,
it's,
but we're
it's
on a
not-
fucking like trip to hell right now.
yeah.
It's a golden age of
Golden
corruption
age.
and villainy.
But I mean, but I don't know. Like, I'll never be like, and I'm sure there's a fucking million bleeding heart liberals out
Well,
there.
you
that will,
you love
will
all the holidays, so we say anything bad about it.
but
we
I'm
get-
sure there's
you
a
get
million
upset.
bleeding heart liberals out there who've just fucking sold America down the river because things are bad now, and because things were bad.
Well,
at the
I'm a
beginning,
bleeding
and-
heart liberal. Sorry.
Well, I know, but you're also a reasonable human being. Like, it hamstrings a lot of your bleeding heart liberalness because you're fucking a reasonable human too. You can see the big picture a lot, which I find a lot of people can always. But I feel like, like, I don't know, like
I'm
like,
also a feminist, Mars.
wow,
Shit.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, here we go. He's going to start recruiting
He's
again.
a Trekkie too.
I ain't a Trekkie.
I guess I'm a Trekkie. That's a club I'll say I'm in. I'm a Trekkie.
Leanna says, to be honest, fuck America.
Whatever.
Now is that an insult in the South or is that? I'm not sure.
I think
Is
it's an insult anywhere.
that- all right.
I think that I don't know.
Yeah, this country ain't so hot.
Yeah, it's not so
It's
hot.
fucking
right
rumors, I'll tell you
No,
that much.
it is really fucking hot. That's the problem.
now. Yeah.
Because we have people who don't give a shit about global warming.
It's
Right.
not true.
Yeah. I'm more than willing to move to Australia and deal with the
Wow.
rattlesnakes and the sharks. Than
Mars will
dealing,
never visit you.
dealing with the shit that we're dealing with this in this country right now.
No, I got some ACs.
Why not Canada? It's closer.
All right, Canada. What the hell?
And they don't have,
I mean, they have a lot of hockey up there, but I can deal with that.
And
Well,
pot.
They actually have
pot's legal.
more hockey down here.
No, I know that, but hockey is like big up there.
They have what's that sport? Curling.
Curling.
There
I
you go.
I'll-
You love curling.
I could deal with curling.
You could be a professional curler.
I would love to.
All right, so I am Johnny Wolfenstein, the pencil pusher and producer of media for Trick or Treat Radio, the Deadites, also one of the hosts of the Outside Corner Fantasy Baseball podcast and a co-host of the Five Horsemen Wrestling podcast, and now featured in Survival of the Film Freaks. Oh, maybe I can add that.
Oh, IMDb credit, huh?
And Mars also featured in Survival of the Film Freaks and one of the co-hosts of the Five Horsemen Wrestling podcast. He is the Immortal Gun singer, the Immortal Gun singer and slinger and lyricist for the Deadites, Dynamo Mars.
I would rather live in the United States than most parts of Africa.
Okay.
It's Wakanda Hut.
Except
Wakanda.
Wakanda.
I'm sure you're willing to find a lot of Africans that are willing to agree with you.
You know.
Won't we ask you?
Oh shit.
Right.
Where in Africa would you live?
South Africa.
Yeah. Apartheid. You gonna
No,
you gonna
not
double tap
apartheid.
apartheid?
Part-time
Yeah, I was-
apartheid.
Yeah.
Who double tapped a part?
I'm apartheid. Yeah. Apartheid. I'll be working part-time.
But we also
Apartheid
have
South Africa.
Apartheid lover.
we have the apartheid lover,
Apartheid lover.
the vulgar guru of horror, star Blood Pig's Fetus, Morbid Tales, and the upcoming Septic, one-time contributor for Horror Hound magazine, Monster Zero.
Hey. How you doing, everybody?
Who sings
I'm a
apartheid
part-time
lover? Who sings apartheid lover? Phil Collins and Phil Collins.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could have that as an episode title. I don't know
cannot.
if someone sees apartheid lover, if that's probably not a good
I
thing.
am
Yeah,
putting
no.
my Converse down and saying we can't do that.
Probably not.
We can put it in the show notes, I guess.
That's fun.
All right, and we're gonna move on
Don't
to.
be outrageous because you know how when it's hot in here and people are upset.
We have the chain smoking, hand kissing, baby shaking, lorazepam loving, former comic book reading nerd, the official smoke chamber for Castle Wolfenstein, the Pimper Promotions, the Italian rapscallion, the professional bullshitter, the cool principal, the proprietor of the sexy speakeasy, and the Parisian brew hall himself, the Yankee diddler, Michael Ravenshadow.
That's right, Johnny. Happy 4th of July.
4th of July.
What did I say? 4th.
Okay.
4th.
Sorry, 4th.
Saturday 4th.
All right.
Right, it's a
Got
holiday, right?
anything else to say? Any words of wisdom?
I mean, you know, it's hot. Check on old people and pets.
What?
It's a real thing.
Like I haven't been home for 4 days. It's hot.
Yeah. Let's make this quick.
First time Mike says evening family.
No one's feeling.
Hey.
What's up,
Think
first
about
time
it.
Mike?
How many podcasts probably didn't record tonight because it's the 4th of July for some reason? But we're here.
Probably
I don't think people
none.
would be upset that we,
Work.
Who
do a short
cares?
show.
The more you talk about it, the longer the show is.
No, because if I don't talk about the important stuff, you'll just get him riled up and he'll just keep going about Yankee Diddlers.
First time Mike says evening family, got some time to hang out tonight. Hope all is well this 4th of July.
See?
What's up, first time Mike?
Metro Omaha is available.
We hope all you guys still have your fingers.
We also have someone who hasn't been in the chat room in a while. Are you ready for this, Raven Shadow?
Who's that?
He said dirty hose. Tom C.
Holy shit! Tom C in the
Whoa.
house.
Hey.
I was hoping it was a girl, but no, that's good. That's good. Tom C.
Riku says my podcast feed is bare thanks to the 4th, except for the pre-recorded ones. There you go.
Yeah, see?
Fuck that. We're
We're filling a niche,
filling a niche.
right? Is that
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, it's like a pot or something. We're filling a hole, a void.
I'm a stranger. Niche does not mean void.
Damn it, will you just go
It's a
to
niche to fill. If you use a niche to fill, right?
I'm the stranger filling a niche.
All right. So
That's an insult, actually.
if you guys want to help support the show, we have an Amazon shop. Head on over to amazon.com/shop/the Deadites. And we have a bunch of stuff. All the stuff we talk about, well, most of the stuff anyways, we put in there. So any of the movies that we discuss, any of the double taps, if we happen to do that for a given week, or even a book like what was the book that you wrote the foreword for, Mars? introduction?
The
horror
horror crossover encyclopedia.
That's right. So that's up on there. So any old stuff that we talk about for, more than like a passing few moments, we add up on there. So if you guys want to go check that out. And as it is with the Amazon link, which is also on trickortreatradio.com, go scroll down, find the Amazon logo, click on it, and then it brings you right to Amazon with our affiliate code linked. And anything you purchase in that session or on our store gets attributed to us. Doesn't cost them any extra, Raven Shadow.
But it helps keep the lights on.
And the AC.
And the AC, yeah, fuck it, please.
Man, it's not even fucking helping.
No,
A little bit. I turned it down. I feel like it's cooling down a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Glad
fucking
you think so.
frozen.
Motherfucker's 3/4 naked.
Be
Got his
glad I'm
fucking
not
tight
4/4
shorts on.
naked.
Well, first of all, Agora wouldn't believe in you. Second of all, that guy doesn't believe in quarters.
Why are you covering your face? It's hot.
Huh?
Did you
It's
rip
very
one?
Thin. No.
He's like Al
It wouldn't
Qaeda.
I
help.
think he's gonna rob a
Why
bank.
are you doing that?
He's gonna rob a bank.
You want to
I
make it
think.
hotter.
It's like it's like if I had hair up here, I'd wear a bandana up here to keep the sweat out of my eyes. Now I'm trying to keep the sweat out of my fucking mouth. because it runs down my giant bald head into my eyes and face.
First up, Mike says, "Why is Raven Shadow dressed like Uncle Sam's shifty younger brother?"
Yeah, Frank Sam.
Uncle Sam Adams.
Matt Jewell of Omaha says he's slashing prices on year-end models.
I know.
You are a fucking used car
I
salesman.
am, yeah. I'm
I'll
gonna
club this seal to make a better deal.
And Tom C says, "I hope things have improved since I last tuned in." Well,
Improved for who?
improved because Aries has been on, but he's not here tonight.
But still, Tiny's not gone. So,
He's not gone?
I mean, Tiny's still gone. I mean,
You
sorry.
sound weird. Why are you doing that? You just live to annoy me.
Well, if I keep dealing with these microphones, I won't live very long at all. It's like the plague dogs.
First time Mike says, Horror Crossover Encyclopedia is great reading.
It is. Gives me
Especially
a lot
that
of-
new introduction.
Gives me a lot of role-playing game ideas. I don't even know if I actually wrote an introduction.
Why not?
I don't know. They just told me how many words I had to do, and I kept writing until I got around there, and then said, "See you later." I don't know how to
You
write.
just see you later?
Yeah, I don't, like I did in the intro the other day.
Tom C says, but Raven Shadow's still here, so not so much.
Yeah, I would definitely. I love Raven Shadow,
yes.
but I don't think it would hurt his feelings to know I would trade 2 Raven Shadows for 1 Tiny.
Oh, well,
What about 3 Raven Shadows?
Let's not go crazy.
yeah, you're gonna have 3.
two could be controllable, like in this movie we watched this week. You see if a bunch of Raven Shadows start running amok.
All right, speaking of that movie, and also if you go to trickortreatradio.com, we have a store. Click on it. We got some Trick or Treat Radio Greatest Hits Volumes 1 through 3. They're cheap. Buy them. Download it right away. Help us out. And we also have buttons, T-shirts, things like that. So feel free to purchase some stuff from us if you'd like. Help support the show. And we also have that donate button on the front page for PayPal, if that suits your fancy. Otherwise, just listen to the show, share it, let people know about it. If you haven't subscribed to us, go ahead and do so. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and Satchel Podcast Player, or obviously on trickortreatradio.com. And also, if you haven't left us a 5-star review, please go ahead and do so. Let me check real quick to see if we got any new ones since last time I checked, which I don't know if we did or not. But it really helps because it gets the show in front of some more eyes of people, or ears rather, of people who maybe not have heard of it, and they can go ahead and find out why it's awesome or why they should listen. So if you guys have not done so, feel free to leave us one. We have not had one in a couple weeks, so feel free to leave us a 5-star review, especially on Apple Podcasts. Raven Shadow,
Yes.
you sit down to watch The Cured. Not The Cure Live, The Cured.
No.
What do you do to prepare for this movie?
Oh man, I was fucking passed out, Johnny. I was fucking mowing the lawn on Sunday.
Why would you do that?
Well, because I had to get mowed. It was fucking high. And I fucking had to go
Fucking
inside.
high?
High. The grass was high.
Okay.
Couldn't mow it. That's what you do. So I did it. I had to go inside. Then I binge watched. I finally finished Iron Fist on the Netflix. I finished Iron
Did it
Fist.
suck?
The last 3, I felt the finale was kind of weak, but the 3 leading up to it, he actually fought people, and it
It's
got
amazing.
better.
Danny
and-
Rand fight?
Well, it's not the Danny Rand from the he's not the fully fleshed out character. He's on the hero's journey, so he's starting out. But then I watched 6 episodes of Defenders, and a lot of criticisms with Iron Fist. He does improve in that. You would like at least episode 3 when they
Who is
Dynamo.
you?
Dynamo.
Okay.
just because when the whole team finally meets, it's a really cool moment. There's
Oh,
cool stuff.
I hear that Luke Cage and Jessica Jones met already.
They met. Well, they all met in the first in her series. Yeah, yeah.
I heard they met.
Well, it wasn't as graphic as the comic books, as the Sweet Christmas.
That dude's writing Superman right now. Just saying.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. I got to interrupt you, Raven
Whoa.
Shadow. We got our boy D-Rook.
D-Rook in the house.
Hey!
Happy 4th, gents. I was pretty shook when I saw Hereditary until I saw Raven Shadow dressed like the fucking IRS agent that keeps coming to my house.
Let me in, Derek. Just draw me some money.
Draw me some money. All right, wrap this up.
Put more zeros
Bring it-
on that one.
Bring it home.
Then I came in, showered, strapped on.
Monster Haunts at Midnight is a collection of dark songs about sex, love, death, revenge, and the end of the world. Brought to you by the world's greatest
Trick or Treat Radio, man. That's where it's at. That's the new Fangoria Radio.
I will be Burble.
What's up, y'all? It's me, the Yeti. Telling all the ladies that they couldn't be more fine and that we should knock those boots like Frankenstein. When I want to get my nerd on, I go to Facebook and I go to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. That's the place where I get to talk about all the hip new horror movies, all the cool comics,
Like comics.
RPGs, video games, you name it, we're talking about shit on there. And you could not be any cooler if you were the coolest kid in school. Be the first kid on your block to swing their cock over at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search for Trick or Treat Radio, ask to join, and it's like Nerd Nirvana, baby, without the shotgun blast. This is the Yeti, signing out. See you at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group.
Follow us on Twitter at The Deadites, TheDeadites.com, and TrickOrTreatRadio.com.
Trick or Treat Radio is the greatest podcast ever invented. The spelling is very bad. I'm not sure who wrote this. And the Deadites, is that a company that procures houses? The Deadites. Oh, it's the Deadites. The Deadites are a fantastic musical act. That is what I was supposed to say. And there you go. There it is. Cheeseburger. Remember to rent the fly, because that's a good movie for making love to.
Jeff Goldblum, thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully we can
You're
get you on the show again sometime soon.
All right, we're back on Trick or Treat Radio. And we are going to talk about the film The Cured. This film is rated R, 95 minutes. It is a drama, horror, sci-fi, and is written and directed by David Frayne. And it stars Ellen Page, Sam Keeley, Tom Von Lawler, Stuart Graham, Paula Malcolmson, and Natalia Kostrua, I think is how you say it. And the synopsis: a disease that turns people into zombies has been cured. The once infected zombies are discriminated against by society and their own families, which causes social issues to arise. This leads to militant government interference. All right. It's a very interesting synopsis.
I'll take it.
So, the film was directed by David Frayne. This is his feature film debut. He's done some shorts, and I think he's done some TV work, but this is his feature film debut. And apparently, the story goes, Ellen Page read the script, loved it so much that she wanted to be in it and wanted to also help fund and produce the film. So it's interesting that this film is basically just relegated to VOD. Like, you'd think that this might even get like a theatrical run, right? Maybe. I don't know if Ellen Page is a big enough star to carry a film alone, but
Well, what you just said is kind of interesting with what I'm about to say about the film too.
all right, well, go ahead.
Well, no, let's go into it a little bit because I don't want to go start it all off with what I want to say.
Okay, so we'll get into the premise in just a moment, but I think there's a very interesting premise here. And this is being hailed, at least I shouldn't say it's being hailed, but it says on like a lot of the press is that it pulls off a fresh take on the zombie film.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of the big thesis here is this a fresh take or is this kind of same old shit, right? That's what we're going to get to the heart of and let you guys know whether this is one that's worth seeing. So it is available on VOD. I don't believe it's even got a theatrical run, maybe very limited, but it just popped off onto VOD. So you can get it on Amazon, iTunes, that sort of thing. Maybe your cable. I imagine this will probably show up on some streaming sites soon. So so do you want to lead off with what you were going to say, MZ, or would you rather just talk a little bit about it?
Let's talk a little bit about it first before I...
So basically, as we start, there was an outbreak in Ireland. Actually, let me get the movie up. I want to read the opening.
Yeah.
The very opening of the film.
Yeah, because at the beginning of the movie, there's some text that tells you what's
always
happening, and
It always fills me with dread.
I love reading text in film.
You know that they have these fucking volumes of things that are just
Called
text.
books.
Yeah, you fucking read the shit out of them.
Fuck that.
No. I'm talking. You know what I mean. Stop it.
I seldom do.
All right, so I'll read it. This is right at the very beginning. For years, the Maze virus spread across Europe, causing a violent psychosis in the affected. While most of the continent managed to control the contagion, the virus devastated Ireland. Eventually, amid the chaos, a cure was found. In 75%, let me just pause it right there. In 75% of cases, treatment was successful, but the people that were cured remembered everything they did while infected. Now, as the government debates the fate of the resistant 25%, the last wave of the cured are ready to be reintegrated into society.
Which I think is a better synopsis than what IMDb gave us.
I agree. And right away, this is at 45 seconds is when this comes up. I was already like, this is a cool concept. Whether or not it's going to pull it off, we'll discuss that. But this, I think, is a cool idea, especially given the political climate now. Especially what's going on right now. I think this is especially relevant. It's not like a one-to-one analogy, but there is a lot of what's going on in this movie that we can apply to what's going on in real life. Maybe not just even in this country, in other countries as well. So
I was locked in by this too.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to pull you in, and it already sets up a couple things. It sets up, okay, there was an infection. We're not seeing the infection now. We're seeing the aftermath of, okay, so this happened. They quarantined. They got it all taken care of, and then all of the infected. They never call them zombies either, by the way.
No.
All of the infected are in a facility, and they're being tested on, and then they finally find a cure. And it also bears mentioning it. This is the third wave that they mentioned. So I don't know if there was two other waves. I don't think they mentioned if they were successful.
I had thought the impression I got was that the cured were the third wave, like them. Coming into the public were.
So the third wave of people
Yeah.
being released, because they probably weren't going to release them in all at once, right? Just in case.
Well, they probably had to round them up. And
Yeah, so this is the third wave, and that's actually the movie when it was playing festivals was known as the third wave. So they ended up.
I remember now.
Yeah, so they ended up changing it to the Cured, and
Which is a much worse name.
I think it's fine. I mean, that's what they refer to these people as, anyways. So I have, either way, I'm fine with either name.
Just a little mundane.
Sure.
I can see that done for like corporate, so to speak. Had them change that name.
What corporate do you think was involved though?
But no, whoever the
Yeah, whoever distributed probably changed the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick's did it.
Would you prefer the third wave?
I think so. I mean, it's
I would prefer we watch Macabre, but we'll get to
Macabre?
that when it comes out.
What's up?
The new Mo Brothers movie.
Is it out?
is it in theaters?
I think it
Whoa.
is. It's very shortly.
Let's pick our seats.
Yeah. No, not in theaters. Do you even know who the Mo Brothers are?
Yeah, they invented Motown.
Why do you ask him
I don't know.
anything?
I just am trying. I just love him so much. I want him to.
I understand,
be
but-
cured.
I understand, but there are limits, dude.
We've watched like 4 Mo. Forget it.
Yeah.
Killers, Headshot,
Yeah, they're good.
ABC's of Death. Yeah.
they're good.
He
They
just
should
nodded like nobody home. He nodded.
It's fucking hot.
This sucks.
Evil
No,
Corny is now hanging out.
Thank you.
Riku asks,
Corny, you're a miracle.
Shut up.
Maybe
I want
he'll
to see
get
if you
pissed.
Riku asks, wasn't this movie in a bit in ABC's of Death 2? And no.
This has always been an interesting idea that always ran through my head about what would happen if zombies ever came back to being actual functional members of society. Not still zombies, but came back to be like actual people and human beings. You know, it's a concept that I've been playing with in my head for years and years and years.
What was that movie?
But of course, my idea was always just a bit more violent and gratuitous. Where it's not really all that gratuitous here.
I have a question for you, Monsters.
They
What would
played it out
happen in
pretty
this
well.
movie if, when the people were cured, people ate them? Would they turn into zombies?
Can you say that again? I didn't catch it.
No, that's Blood Pigs.
Oh, sorry.
What was that movie that Maz liked?
That movie that Mars liked.
The love story.
Nina Forever?
Cold Blooded.
Oh, Warm Bodies?
Warm Bodies.
Yeah, that was fine too,
Did they
yeah.
come back to life? Did they come back to
No.
human form?
No, that was an equally heavy-handed metaphor for acceptance and prejudice.
All right, so in the chat room, Evil Corny's now hanging out, and he says, what the hell is Raven Shadow wearing? Is he an Uncle Sam cosplayer now?
I'm America now.
We have gone over this, Corny, but he is the Yankee diddler.
Yes.
Leanna says, an actual relevant zombie synopsis. My God, it exists.
I'm going to blow my brains out.
Why? We all said that. Well, you didn't, but we said that this opening grabbed us.
Man.
Evil Corny says, FTM, it is hot and humid here in Bama right now. I'm back in the
That must
AC and
suck.
good right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
It's hot as a motherfucker.
Dragonflies as big as fucking eagles down there.
This is fucking...
As big as eagles.
He lives in Alabama, not the land of the lost.
Or
It's
Australia.
not fucking slee stacks.
All right, so we have this interesting opening here, the opening kind of preamble. And so we have the third wave is now getting out. They're being released into the wild. I think it's an important distinction that they remember everything they did while infected.
That's great. That was a great.
I think it's a nice touch. And then also the government is debating the fate of the resistant 25% that have not taken to the cure. So there still is a group of infected that can't be cured. They're still trying to debate what's going to happen to them.
Do you think, especially because I feel like they mentioned that Ireland was fucked, do you think that this was ever pitched as a 28 Days Later sequel?
I heard there was
Because
talk of
Ireland was
doing one.
devastated in that.
I could see that. I mean, there was some parallels, right? Like the score I thought could have been from, an extension of the 28 Days
Yeah,
Later
for sure.
score.
Yeah.
And sort of the infected reminded me of them. So
Yep.
I would not be
And
surprised if it was kind of a spiritual successor.
It did look like one. It did have that kind of muted
Yeah.
tone that Danny Boyle's film had, and the sequel had like really driven home. Like,
But wasn't there talk of doing like either 28 months later or 28 years later?
and it may be one at some point, but you have to think that there's been a million of them pitched in between the first and the second one.
Probably,
in between,
yeah.
I mean, I don't think that I think the first one was a pretty big success. The second one, I think, did at least well enough,
As a brand, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I think this movie's biggest sin was for all the things it did original, it still did a lot. It still did all the same shit that zombie movies. It still had all the same
trappings.
Government bad. Like, that's every fucking zombie movie now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Every fucking one. Like, everyone we've watched, even when the government showed up for fucking 1 minute in the one about the lady in the desert, and they were, you know what I mean? Like, it's so fucking lame and boring. It's so lame and boring.
Well, in turn, like, I didn't have a problem with it in this because I feel it was justified, because we're looking at this through the lens of the cured. Like, the main character is Sen, who is cured and is getting released, and we're basically seeing kind of through his eyes in a way, and he is a very sympathetic character. Like, I really enjoyed his portrayal, and I thought the acting was the thing that sets this apart for me. The acting in this was really good.
Yes.
And that's what sets it apart for a lot of, I mean, maybe something like 28 Days Later, I don't really remember the acting being like poor. I don't remember being outstanding either. But I think that the acting in this was above par. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But your normal run-of-the-mill zombie movie, the acting isn't great.
I mean, and I'm just gonna go into what you wanted me to.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that you brought up Ellen Page about being the one who was really interested in this and how she co-produced. You said
she
funded it.
Yeah. I think she produced it and probably helped co-fund it.
Okay. Because as far as performances go, I thought she was terrible. Yeah, I thought she was very wooden.
Very wooden.
It seemed,
really?
It's yeah.
I
To me,
I thought she was
felt
the only
like
not wooden one.
I felt like she was completely disinterested in the material.
I totally disagree.
I feel like she was
especially in that
not
scene,
interested at all.
And that scene toward the end when Sen tells her something, I thought that scene was really intense and really well acted.
Yeah,
I feel different about that.
I thought that
it just felt like she was going by the numbers and
well, I think that I think that's her character.
It just felt very wooden to me.
It's a very sort of like she did lose someone close to her,
So let me get this straight. In a fucking movie where everybody just stares with fucking sad puppy dog eyes at the fucking camera, the one person that emoted any fucking emotion is the one that you thought was wooden?
Yeah.
You're a fucking train wreck.
I'm a train wreck.
You're a train to
you.
You're a train to Busan.
No. I just felt that her performance wasn't that great.
Like,
I totally disagree.
The whole fucking time in the movie, this dude just fucking stares at the camera with his eyes open fucking all the way. He looks like the fucking kid in the End of the World as We Know It video.
I'm not
back to REM. There we go.
There you go. See,
it goes full circle, I guess. No, I'm not saying she was the only one that sucked. But I mean, whereas
she's just the popular
she's the
actress,
lead,
so that's gonna be the one you
whereas she's
attack.
the lead, and she's the
just
one who
one
was
that-
backing into this, was backing into this movie, was really interested in the storyline. That's why I thought it was interesting that Wolfie would say that, and I just felt like her performance wasn't that great.
She's almost like entirely been in indie films, right?
Well, yeah.
Rape Chat, what did you think of her performance?
I don't completely disagree with MZ. I do think she was kind of wooden.
Jeez, wow.
I mean, like kind of borderline like Queen Amidala in episode 1, just reading the lines.
But do you guys understand like what's going on like probably behind her eyes about like so this isn't much spoiler. In the beginning we find out that she lost her husband in the zombie attack.
Right.
She's putting up airs.
Before the movie began.
And she has a son that she's taking care of alone, which probably reminds her of her husband all the time, right?
Sure.
And she let this fucking...
And then his brother comes back into their life.
And she's terrified all the time.
And she's kind of terrified.
Because the perception is that, you can't let these people mingle in society.
Because he's
and-
cured.
But she's still a potential threat, and she's a child to raise, and she's an American in a strange
So
land.
you
But
don't
she's
think
putting
that
her
would,
money where her mouth is.
You don't think that would make someone be a little kind of withdrawn?
And she's acting,
no.
and I feel like
Emotionally?
she's acting like I feel like
Mars wasn't set to defend this film. I know that.
I feel like she's acting like, but she was the only good part. She was my favorite part anyway. There's some other good stuff, but she was her woodenness. I feel like you guys are missing the point. Her woodenness is because she is being a little bit fake. She's terrified, and she's trying to not be terrified. She's trying to show that she's supportive of this movement. She's trying to say that she's not frightened to have this guy in the house with her child, though she is frightened.
She
She's
is, yeah,
terrified.
absolutely.
Oh, no, I get it. I'm just not a fan of her.
Like
And I'm
there's
just not,
there's the
I
whole
don't-
part when he brings her to the kid to school. She calls the school and was like, "Did he get there on time?"
Right.
Because she doesn't fucking trust him. So, I think it's
Yeah, but that doesn't
completely
consti-
rationalized.
Yeah, but that doesn't constitute good acting. That doesn't constitute a good performance. It just constitutes reading the script. Personally, I just feel that she. You can laugh all you want, dick face. Personally, I just think that
He read the script.
Yeah.
perfect.
Personally, I just think
At least she had a script.
I just think I just feel that her performance comes off as a little as a bit wooden. I just didn't get
And that's fine. I mean, that's
Thank
we're
you.
all- We're all
Yeah, thank you
entitled.
for
yeah.
We're all
Are you
entitled
sure?
to our-
Thank
Are
you
you
for
sure, Johnny?
allowing me to have my own opinion.
Oh man, sometimes I think you assholes think that subtext is a library on a submarine. I just think you're missing the point. Her performance was very good, and her performance was like she's being fake. You're picking up, like, you're actually in your bonehead criticism of her. You're supporting
actually
her.
support it, yeah.
You're supporting her good acting. You're saying, oh, she's acted like wooden and withdrawn.
It has nothing to do with.
She's Bobby De Niro. She's fucking fascinating.
She is. I think she's a better. I think if I went through her movies and Bobby De Niro's fucking.
It has nothing to do with her emotions.
Yeah,
as
she's
an
never been in a
actress.
fucking movie
it
where
has
she's
to do
Ben
with
Stiller's
her performance.
Like,
Not yet. They're making a third
man,
one.
even your
God.
fucking support systems are from 1965. Like, Bobby De Niro was in Raging Bull and then a bunch of boring movies. Stop fucking amping Bobby De Niro.
Yeah, Cape Fear wasn't good.
What the hell are you
Yeah, it's
talking
fine,
about?
But it wasn't as good as the original Cape Fear. He just copied.
Well, all right. He's no Ellen Page. It's fair.
But Ellen Page.
That's
but
right.
Ellen Page has been in almost entirely good movies.
I don't like her.
I
don't. I mean, she's fine. I mean, I don't want the woman dead. I want her to
Yeah.
eat and have a job. I like Super.
She
That
was
was
in
fun.
Super, yeah.
That was fine.
She was in Super. She was in Hard Candy.
She was
She's
in
in
Inception.
Excellent in Hard
Yep.
Candy.
Juno is not for me.
Juno was good.
I've never seen Juno.
Juno, yeah, check
And
it
Juno,
out.
Juno is a
he-
fucking masterpiece.
she is good.
She
in
plays
Juno.
Kitty Pryde.
That's one of the best scripted movies in a long fucking time.
Yeah, I don't want
Yeah,
that. I don't like.
yeah.
I don't want Michael Cera. I don't like that. I'm. That's not for me.
Check out Juno.
not
It is
for
it is
me.
good.
It's not for me.
It is good.
Daria.
I didn't think it was for me.
she could be Daria.
On
in
on
the movie.
paper, I didn't think it was for me, but I think you might like it.
It's
I
the
think
script. The script
She's
is
like a
definitely down
giant
our
horror
alley.
movie fan. There's
Yeah.
tons of cool references. It's like
Yeah.
that. What's her name? I feel like kind of fell off, but I think at that era of I can't remember that writer's name. I feel like she was if John Hughes and Tarantino had a baby. Like what?
What, for Juno?
Yeah,
I'll look it up.
but what people said.
Diablo Cody?
Yeah, Diablo Cody and at that era was what people said shitty, like shitty Kevin Smith movies were.
I'd like to
Like,
see it.
yeah.
Jason Reitman directed it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
good.
very good.
It's a very good movie.
Like I thought I was gonna fucking hate it, and literally got forced into watching it, and like I went out and bought it.
Yeah.
Like it's very good. I went and saw the next movie that lady wrote almost right away. Diablo Cody wrote Jennifer's Body. No, Jennifer's Body, which was good but very different. It was more. It was
That was
actually
okay.
more like Kevin Smithy, to be honest. Like
That's a
I felt like-
frustrating hour.
yeah,
I
that was
felt like-
okay. Jennifer's Body was okay.
But
Is that with Megan Fox?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I watched all the cutscenes from that fucking video game she did after we watched a movie and everybody said it was copying it. What is it, The Last of Us?
Last
Is
of
that what it
Us.
was? Like, I think she's fucking awesome. I think she's one of the best actors of our
She
generation.
She was originally. I guess they spoke to her about being in The Last of Us, and then she didn't give him permission to use
Oh, all right, that's what
her
it is.
likeness, and they kind of used it anyways.
But she was in a video game after that, right? Like, I feel like she
She
did
was,
do,
yeah. Something to Beyond Two Souls, or I'll look it up.
because I watched. No, I think I did watch the one that looked like her, but wasn't.
Beyond Two Souls, yeah.
No, I didn't watch that. I watched the one that wasn't really her, actually, because everybody, some fucking movie we did, everybody was talking about that movie, that video game. But yeah, no, I'll defend her as one of the better actresses of our time, and she does it like, no disrespect to Megan Fox, but she does it with her clothes on, and she does it.
Well, to be fair, she never took her clothes off in Jennifer's Body too, which led to frustration.
And overall, I mean, she's just in better movies.
Yeah.
Who?
Ellen Page.
She's. I think she's
in comparison to Megan Fox.
I don't think there is an actual comparison.
It's not apples
but-
to apples, though.
Yeah, but she's it's not apples to apples. You're right.
Megan
But-
Fox is not a good actress.
No. But I think that I can't, and I'm sure that I don't know that I've seen all of her movies, but she makes great choices, and like I understand why she liked this. And there were some fucking awesome things in this. But the lead actor, like, I feel like everybody in this fucking movie was doing really good acting. Even the fucking kid in the lead was staring longingly at me from the other side of the fucking
Now, just
room.
basically what you said about Ellen Page, I think that I feel the same way about Senan, who was played by Sam Keeley.
Yeah, I don't think you understand it. He used to be a zombie.
Well,
and now he's cured.
Right.
And that's why his aloofness is that he might have done something to somebody he cared about.
And that's why this movie is called The Cured.
Exactly.
See how that goes?
These fucking jokers over here.
I think he's the greatest actor of this generation.
Jesus
Of
Christ.
my parents' generation. No,
All right.
You're gonna die on that fucking Bobby De Niro thing because you have some weird. Because somebody, when you were a little kid, told you the Godfather movies were great. So now
De
you're
Niro
gonna
is
fucking
good.
stick with it.
He's good in a few movies, especially early on in his career, and then he coasted.
Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver, absolutely.
But by
Raging Bull.
Yeah.
I mean,
But by the time he was in the movies that I
Meet
think
the
he's-
Fockers. Yeah,
Right.
fucking awesome.
By the time he's in
yeah.
the movies that he was most famous for, I think, was when he was fucking just calling it in and just standing around and being Bobby De Niro and have his fucking casino.
Yeah, you don't get.
I'm just gonna fucking stick the tongue in the side of my mouth and make fucking gestures with my hand because I'm Bobby De Niro. I don't have to do anything.
Hey, Bobby was in the film.
He's the fan.
fan, yeah.
Goodfellas, Casino. Don't
This,
don't
mo-
talk bad
this
at
movie's
Bobby De
2.5 hours long.
Clams Casino.
Clams
Man,
Casino.
so you're saying that Sam Keeley as Senan, he didn't put in a good performance?
I thought he did. I thought it was great.
Okay. All right.
I didn't like it.
I thought it was okay. I mean,
I liked him.
you got to give to the idea that what we're seeing here is a character playing the role of somebody who used to be a zombie,
Right. This is a very
not
conflicted
anymore,
character,
and
yeah.
that like
he's
never happens. This is the first time, so there's really nothing to compare his performance to as far
Sure,
as
sure.
that
Well, I
kind
feel
of
like
a
there's
character
that-
goes.
He's caught between two worlds.
There's that
too,
French
right?
movie about all the dead people that come back, right?
La Cured.
No, it's like The Returned, I think it's called, or it's like a
La
TV show
Returned.
now. Somebody made a TV show out of it in England, I think.
But he's a character between two worlds because he, as we find out, I'm not going to say a lot about, kind of what it entails being a cured, but we find out that he has a lot in common still with the infected. But he is with it, so he's how do I say, like, he's almost like this is a bad way of saying it, but like Blade, where he has some of the good parts about being something and some of the and some of the
Yeah,
good parts
what?
about being human.
You take the boy out of the zombie, but you can't take the zombie out of the boy.
What?
Right?
She was good in Whip It. Peacock.
He's still talking about Ellen Page.
I didn't see that Flatliners movie.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a
I'm
new
sure
one.
It was
yeah.
amazing.
So now he finds himself back.
But if she was in one bad Flatliners, fucking De Niro's in 4 Meet the Fockers. He was in fucking 4 of those movies.
Or analyze this and analyze that.
Yeah.
That's not apples to apples either. Yeah.
Analyze with a baseball bat.
That's a pot 5.
Oh, man.
Evil Corny says, Goodfellas, Mean Streets, The Mission, Deer Hunter.
Mean Streets was good.
Yeah, he's saying the good ones, I guess.
Yeah. Deer
So
Hunter
y-
was good.
All right, so you got Senan coming back as a member of society, a valuable member of society, where he's helping the nurses take care of the infected to become the cured.
Yeah. So they get reintegrated into society and they basically get job placement. Like, and there is the enforcing, like, army guy that Marza talked about, who was probably the head of this program. And he basically is like they're like God, where I tell you what to do, you fucking do it. You know, like he's a hard ass, you know. And so, you know, he does have to, he has to sort of play by the rules. He's, if in essence, he's on parole, right?
Yeah, so it's like being out of prison. You got to check in. You got to have your parole officer.
You have to always check in once a week. You got to be on time. You got to show up to work. You got to do all your shit.
Which makes sense, to be fair. You're running amok a little while. You kind of ate some people, probably.
Absolutely.
Did some bad things.
You know.
What I did like is what they just showed, that poster, because it was kind of reminiscent of the infamous poster back in the early 1980s, early to mid 1980s about the AIDS virus. So they were kind of playing on the AIDS virus in this, where they were saying, what was it? Something like, I'm too young, I can make you sick. And it was like a child poster, and they had that back in the early to mid 80s, where there was a little kid's drawing and it says, I have AIDS, please hug me, I have AIDS, I can't make you sick. So there was a play on that.
Yeah.
Which I thought was
again
very
is awesome.
Which is very
But
interesting.
I feel like it's been kind of a part of almost every
I think
zombie
so,
movie
too.
that's been made from like 1979
I
to
agree.
now.
I agree. Absolutely. Yeah, they've been playing this this parallel of the zombie virus to the AIDS virus for far too long. And I also agree with Mars as well, as far as the government and how they handle this, or the military and how they handle these situations. It's been played out way too long, way too often. They have an interesting story here. I just think they took it in the wrong direction.
There is an interesting dilemma, because you do have, once again, you have Sen, who is kind of caught between two worlds. He wants to reintegrate. He wants to be a good citizen, but he's tempted, you know, sort of by his friend who, you know, he was infected with, you know, I guess is all I'll say.
Well, they were in the, I mean, they were all infected at the same time, but more importantly, he was more of like he had more of a physical presence, so he protected him in the quarantine zone.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the guy that plays Cassidy in Preacher?
No.
Looks like him a little bit, though.
Maybe.
No.
Picture with his hair. Picture him have his hair.
No,
and
I don't think
sunglasses.
so.
Well, you're wrong.
The second best character in this, the
Connor.
The best character in this is the antagonist, but the I guess that would make this the third best character in this is Paula Malcolmson. Like, she's fucking phenomenal.
the doctor.
Oh, doctor.
Yeah.
What was she in? She's been on
She's
stuff
in Ray.
before.
She's from Ray Donovan.
Okay.
She's Ray Donovan's wife.
So the interesting thing here
an
is
AI.
we're presented with this
Tombstone.
we're presented with this dilemma where Sen is being reintegrated, and so he is he was an infected and now he's cured.
Right.
So he's still like, and he wasn't responsible for his actions, right? Like it was a sickness, it was an infection. He wasn't, you know, like whatever he did when he was infected, he wasn't of his right mind.
Right.
So should he be held responsible for those things? Like, so in a sense, you can look at this in a bunch of different ways. When I was looking at it, I was looking at as sort of like an analog for minorities of, you know, like they have this precedence already of being hated because they're something, you know, whether it's the color of your skin, whether it is religion or whatever. Like if you see like a Hasidic Jew walking around with a yarmulke, or if you see like, you know, an Indian woman with with the headdress, whatever, like you already sort of have a precedent about what you think about them or how they're presented in the media or whatever, so. And most people don't know that Sen is cured unless he says so, or is forced to show his papers
Yeah,
or
he has
whatever.
to show documentation.
Yeah. So he does have that benefit where it's not immediate that everyone knows that he is part of the cured. But I think it brings up this interesting issue, and one of the big dilemmas in the movie is, should they kill the resistant, the 25% that can't be cured? Should they be killed? So it's I granted it's different from racism, but the thing is, right now in our country we have amazingly enough a fucking president trying to tell people that an entire collection of people are dangerous, calling them animals, rapists, murderers, and drug dealers, and dehumanizing them. And it made me absolutely think of that when I was watching this.
Well, the country that this was made in has intolerance problems.
Absolutely, and I know
for forever.
And I know that this was clearly done before this. I think this film was made before Trump was even president.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not an analog for what's going on in this country right now. That wasn't in mind. However, it's hard to ignore the parallels.
I mean, also too though, but they did actually eat people though. They really did eat people.
But what I'm telling you is, I understand that, but this is what the movie is presenting to you: that these people are evil, and sure, maybe they had absolutely done something, but the way that our president is presenting these people is as dangerous as these people, right?
Well, I see that point, but it could also be seen like that, almost like an addiction, alcoholism or drug use. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but no one's demonizing that.
Well,
no president
and
is.
And that's kind of where this movie kind of falls apart too. Is that there are, even though this is very far-fetched, there are a million precedents of people doing things while under the influence of something else where they weren't. Granted, the difference is that most people didn't pick to, these people had no. These people didn't go out.
Right, they didn't pick to get infected.
They didn't go to a bar and get all zombied up.
But that's kind of the point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Is there's this something that precedes them. They didn't choose to be this way, but that's how they are.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely elements to, again, I feel like this movie was painted in such a way that it's kind of making people think that they're there's a bit of misdirection here in how good this movie looks and the fact that the cast is really classy, not unlike Hereditary that we've talked about in private. I feel like they are kind of taking some very pedestrian stuff, in not the politics, but in the lore and dressing up. The addiction thing is in almost every zombie and vampire movie where you come up with you know what I mean, where the from fucking Jim Carrey and Love It, Once Bitten to rehabilitating Bub the Zombie, all that stuff is fucking always there. That's nothing new in these movies.
Yeah.
They, where there's I feel like everything in this movie, for how muted and dark it is, I feel like a lot of this on paper is turned up to fucking 11. I feel like they did the thing that is the easiest to get their overall point across. Not even the weird political allegory that I'm not sure that I can get behind that says that the government that I feel like they're trying to say that there is degrees of terrorism because the government oppresses people.
Yeah, so there is, it kind of blurs the lines a little bit, so that's why sometimes the analogy works and other times it doesn't. Because you do need to have, in a movie, you do need to have, you don't need to have good and evil, and it's not clear cut.
No.
But there is sort of sympathy and what's the opposite of sympathy?
Empathy.
Empathy.
Well, no. It's not the opposite. It's
Telepathy.
It's not like it's feeling for someone and
Symmetry.
it's not liking someone. So like you're supposed to have sympathy for some characters and not for the others.
Right.
So it's clear cut in that sense, but it almost blurs the line because you can understand. So with Connor, you can understand why he feels the way he does in some sense, right? Like, doesn't it kind of blur the lines where sometimes you're like, yeah, he's kind of right.
I
And
just
then
wonder,
other times he's like, okay, maybe you're going a
Yeah.
little too far.
like he's using these things for his own. That was kind of the
Yes.
point of it.
Yeah.
But I think the
Because he is a politician at the end of the day.
right. But I think the screenwriting didn't always put that across.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it was good enough for me to see that in the same way that extremists use these political beliefs and everything else to try to justify their actions, even though it doesn't really have anything about that most of the time. Like, that's what he is. He's a violent sociopath.
Yeah.
That was maybe never even infected, and was a violent sociopath before he's infected, and is a violent sociopath since he's infected, and he's using these. He's basically making terrorist cells, or IRA-like cells, to justify his already sociopathic tendencies.
Right. And that's why he's not easy to root for.
I just wasn't sure till the end, because I mean, I don't know. Like, I've talked to some real, like, at my other old day job, some real dummy college kids that, like, that was their fucking stance, that they had decided that, you know, America and Europe is responsible for terrorism because of capitalism and all these other fucking weird things. So there were times that I was worried that the line wasn't just kind of fucking faulty screenwriting. It was like a fucking inane political agenda. But like the end sort of cleared that up for me. But it definitely made the ambiguity of it, whether intentional or not, definitely made it not that enjoyable for me, because I wasn't positive. When you're dealing with like a storyline or a plot line, I feel like it's okay, or a character, it's okay to kind of be ambiguous. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I feel like your politics and subtext, like if you're not forthright with that in your writing, you may alienate people, because you may make them think that you're preaching politics that they don't agree with. You know what I mean? Like, and you might be, if you're forthright with it, but like, I don't understand making people guess, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll wait, because I was going to say something, but I'll wait. But yeah, I do, and it is a little ambiguous with this character, because at times I want to like him, and other times you can't like him, you know? So, but that's why I liked his performance, because it made me want to like him, but you shouldn't, you know? And so, by the way, the guy who played Connor, let me get
Tom Von Lawler.
Tom Von Lawler played Ebony Maw from Infinity War.
No
Oh,
shit.
nice.
So, that dude.
Nice.
I knew I recognized him.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a pretty good fucking, like, even though you don't know what your face looks like, that's
Yeah.
a pretty good fucking role.
Yeah, this was a fucking tour de force. For him,
I
though,
like
because
the actor.
it's funny that Raven Shadow, for different reasons, brought up.
He was very charismatic.
Brought up Cape Fear, because the character
Yeah.
in this reminded me of OG.
I could see that.
Cape Fear.
Yeah.
There was like this weird thing that he had where he's getting Ellen Page to go closer, but like in watching it, everything about, before they even kind of tipped their hand more, everything about this guy, his body language, the way he looked, the way he moved, made you want to yell like, "Go away! Don't be near!" You know, like
Right.
Yeah.
like he was just fucking phenomenal in this.
Yeah, he was quite good.
He was. He definitely, like, and that's why I thought, I mean, obviously, depends who you ask, but I thought the trio of main actors were really good and set this apart because of their performances. But yeah, Tom Von Lawler I thought was really good in this, because that's a tough character to play, where you're trying to garner sympathy, but you're also a fucking sociopath and like this like charismatic, sort of ridiculous person,
Right.
So I thought that it was a really, really great portrayal.
I hope that Jerry the King Tom Van Lalla wins an award.
And so some of the other, actually, let me check in the chat room. There's some chatter going on here, and Leanna did say that people do demonize addiction, though. They specifically treat drug addictions like moral problems, not a mental illness. Kind of like, I guess if you think about it, how our fucking attorney general now is trying to make fucking pot the fucking devil.
Right.
Whereas Canada is legalizing it.
Or but I mean, it's the same time. It's what we were talking about a couple weeks ago. No one, if you walk by me on the street, I don't think anyone sees my mental illness coming, right?
No.
You know what I mean? Like, or my addictions, for that matter. They're like, people do demonize it in the same way that they demonize like homosexuality.
Yep.
In the same way that they demonize, the same way a whole portion of the world probably, demonizes anybody that they don't agree with in some way. But
you can't hide the color of your skin.
Yeah.
Versus, yes, I totally agree.
Or if you're brave enough to wear a yarmulke, or if you're brave enough to
Right,
wear, any sort of, religious iconography.
Yep.
Then, that's just kind of a like different.
They are definitely. I agree that they are definitely demonized,
Yeah.
and your reputation can precede you if people know that.
And I don't think anybody was saying they weren't. I think we
Yeah.
were just saying that that's the same old boring shit that's in every fucking zombie movie.
By the way, Mars, Oily Maniac's hanging out.
Hey.
It says, "Hey all." Sounds like I tuned in at an odd moment.
That's my that's my fucking dude right there.
Is he your internet boyfriend?
He's my fucking real life boyfriend. Not afraid to say it.
Leanna
Don't tell Jakey.
Yeah, Leanna says, "I'm confused, Mars. What do you mean? Because the government does absolutely terrorize certain minorities. The argument on the state's
I wasn't
monopoly
saying
over
minorities.
Right, but in this case, they are. But I think what you were saying is that in zombie movies, they're always the bad guy.
Right.
And
Zombies
they're
the bad guy, or the government's the bad guy.
Government, yeah. The government is shown as the bad guy, and it's at this point it's cinematic shorthand.
Right.
When you have like that sort of role on screen, you just know that they're the bad guy. I agree that it would be nice to sort of subvert that and play it off as being something slightly different, but in this case it works, and like Leanna says, that the government does terrorize certain minorities, and in this case it is
Sure,
true.
but I also in my life have known some great government officials that are not.
Yeah, but
that's
true of anything.
Yeah, but I think that
I've known
that's
some
the
great fucking drug, like people who are into drugs.
You're looking across one, but I think at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that makes, but it's the reverse, right? Because every fucking movie soldier is a fucking racist, rapist, killer. Right. Every zombie movie soldier, you've never met a good one. Every single one in a zombie movie is a killer, rapist, soldier.
Dawn of the Dead.
They're all fucking killer rapists.
Jesus.
The scientists there. Like, you don't see
Did
the
you
fucking...
forget about Wooly all of a sudden?
You don't see how that's the fucking same thing?
He said all of them.
Like, that's the same fucking thing. You're saying every government official, like, that's just a fucking, that's as liberal grandstanding as that's as dumb Democrat as it is dumb Republican on the other side. That's just fucking generalization grandstanding right there. And it's done in every because George Romero, Papa George, was such a fucking brilliant satirist. Like, it's all fucking watered down Papa George from there. This movie, 28 Days Later, it's all fucking watered down Papa George. And every time
Papa
Don
George.
Day,
the
Crazies.
Every time somebody fucking
Better
does
ingredients,
this,
better pizza.
everybody fucking wants to jack it off because they're fucking so
Hey.
fucking oppressed. Like, they're fucking, you know what I mean?
Not
Like,
making a zombie movie.
like every fucking soldier is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Everyone.
And if it's not,
And if
it's-
I've
and
met
if
a
it's-
soldier who's not, that's like saying everything is. He
And
turns
if
into
it's-
fucking Vince McMahon. I know tons of soldiers that are good people. Of course there are soldiers that are good people. Of course there are soldiers that are scumbag rapists. There are real people that are scumbag rapists. But the fact that anybody, you, her, the bitches that work for me, anybody,
Someone get Charlie Day on the line.
Yeah, Charlie.
anybody's gonna say that all fucking anybody are bad people. It's fucking ridiculous. All rapists are bad people.
All Mexicans are rapists.
Right.
Our president said so. It must be true.
But what the fucking what the fucking lunk-headed zombie shorthand, like government take, is just as not as fucking harmful, because it's fake, right? It's not real life. But
as long as
it's
zombies
just
eat
as
flesh,
fucking-
there will be racist
It's-
and rapists in the military.
Right, because that's all they are. It's just as lunk-headed as that, except it's much more harmless because it's fake.
And
Movies are
if
fake.
it's not the military, it's just the people that they're contending with. You know, I mean, there's always got to be some kind of anti-establishment.
But here's what's happened.
To totally destroy any hope of a good ending, or not a
Right.
good ending, but a happy ending to be coming
yeah,
out
I mean,
of these
that's another
movies.
thing. This movie, though, it was it fit its trajectory. This movie had the typical dumb zombie movie, quasi-nihilistic ending, except it was a little fucking soft.
Don't let a really interesting script and a couple of decent performances throw you off.
Yeah,
This movie is
I agree
really
with him 100%.
This
for a
movie
change.
is really not that hot.
No,
This
And
room is hot.
Yeah, it's not like this room. This room's on
and
fire.
I think of fucking. I grew up in a super liberal environment, and I feel like a lot of the times, like we've gone full circle. I feel like now all of a sudden, because the fucking bad guys won and the bad guys are on top, it's okay to fucking now the good guys, the people who have the good beliefs, are just fucking starting to prosecute people and generalize people and want to fucking round up the people they don't agree with.
I mean,
fuck
you wanna
them.
knock my socks off? You make the military a decent bunch of people that is doing anything that they can to help.
That'll knock your socks off.
Like G.I.
In
Joe.
a zombie film, yes.
Get Duke.
In a
Snake
zombie
Eyes,
film, yes. In a zombie film,
Roadblock.
yes. Have them figure out a way to stop the problem rather than stopping anybody who might have this disease.
I mean, I've been
You know, that will knock my socks off. This movie doesn't even take
But the
off my
thing is,
fucking shoes.
the story,
Bill Murray, Stripes versus the Zombies.
but the story, like that, it's just using what has come before, and that's not part of the story. That would muddy the waters if that's what they were trying to do. So what they did was they took the cinematic shorthand and used them as villains, or not necessarily villains, but as bad people, because it fit their story. I have no problem with that. And if they tried to do what you propose, it's a different movie, and this doesn't work as well because we have another wrinkle in it.
Right.
That's different. So
but that different movie isn't as fucking boring as this one.
and that's fine. That's whatever you guys think of the movie. That's fine. But for me, that would muddy the waters too much. And this movie, for the most part, did a good job. There was some things where it was a little muddy, but if you tried to muddy this more, it would have really brought it down even further. So that's why, like, I understand what you're saying, MZ, but why try to fucking reinvent the wheel for that when it doesn't need it? You know?
Then it's just lazy.
Yeah,
I don't think so. It's
you got to
using-
start
it's
somewhere.
not lazy because it's using what came before it.
You got to start
That's-
somewhere.
it's-
And
it's
this
smart.
movie had a great idea, and after that great idea, they just followed the typical tropes of the modern zombie film, and it just never looked back.
This movie's heart is in the right place with his agenda so firmly that it seems impossible to see how fucking cliche it is. Like it just wasn't even its agenda wasn't even that engaging to make it. I don't know. Go fucking watch The Crying Game. Like there's nothing new on fucking either side of this aisle for this film. This is just more like we're gonna fucking get so much of the shit greenlit now that it's just such.
Yeah, but no,
I was
this
really
movie-
hoping for something
This movie
different.
is a failure.
I was really hoping for something.
This movie's a
different.
failure because it just they had higher hopes for this and it just fell onto VOD. So this movie's a failure. So don't think that this is going to influence anything. You know.
I think that. Well, I think the VOD market is pretty important too. Like if you know what your fucking market is, right? Like,
Sure, but this,
But you know what?
is-
It doesn't matter.
But
If this movie
movie
existed or not, it doesn't matter. The
It's
typical
not that
zombie
the
movie is
Babadook
going to
made
go through the
tens of
same
billions of
tropes
dollars, though.
that
Hold
it
on.
has been going on for the past
This
20
movie
years.
is on the same pedestal as Day of the Dead Bloodline or whatever the fuck that movie was called. And these movies are not in the same fucking atmosphere
Right, but like at this,
because of performances, the way it's directed, the way it looks, the script. These are not even in the same atmosphere.
but the fucking Babadook didn't make fucking Rockstar
Why
money
do you keep
either.
coming back to the Babadook?
Because that's a fucking
Who cares
very
about that
influential
movie?
film. You just don't like it when somebody has a point to prove, so that you can't monocle.
No, but
monocle,
that has
monocle
nothing
at
to
'em.
do with this movie.
It does. It has to do with what we're talking about now, Peliquin. It's
Peliquin?
like you're fucking trying to lead the Nightbreed to fucking water, like the fucking.
Come on, Nightbreed, let's
The
go.
reality is that my point, if you fucking paid attention to anything I said ever,
What did you
is
say?
that right? Exactly. Is
I
that
do produce a
is-
show,
is-
just so you know.
Right. So
So,
but
you know,
then
if I
you
miss
don't-
a point,
Ellen
there's a
Page
yeah,
reason.
but then don't try to shut me up when you don't understand my.
Shut up!
The point is that you're saying that a movie that's almost entirely on VOD can't be impactful, and I'm saying look at the Babadook. That's a movie that had a
Because they had- yeah, but-
super limited run, came out mostly on VOD, and affected almost everything that's come out for the last few years.
But that's when it hit Netflix, and then it became like a culture. Not I wouldn't say cultural phenomenon, but it became a household name at that point. This is not going to, because this is just another zombie movie. Whereas the Babadook tried to do something different.
Right, the Babadook, as much as I didn't like it, is 10 times less cliche than this stuff.
Right, right. So that's what I'm saying is like, but if you look at this and Day of the Dead Bloodline, they, on paper, when people look at them, they're going to view them as the same type of movie because they were just dropped onto VOD or some digital streaming site, and people aren't going to see the difference, even though this one has amazing acting. It looks really good. It's got a good script. Whether it pulls it off or not, that's for you to decide.
It does have a name that people know, though, even if it's not fucking
Sure,
a rock
sure.
star name. But that's going to be the
Sure.
first name in that fucking in that
Absolutely,
thing,
and it should
you know?
be, yeah. Even though she's technically not the star of the movie.
But I think that also remember that you're talking about normies. Like
Right, and that's-
normies
you're right, I
are
am.
the one who. But I mean, I think that like people that are people that aren't dumb are gonna know the difference. Maybe though. I mean, there is a fucking lot of shit that comes out now. Like, and it is starting to get hard to know the good stuff. And I followed this movie for months, and then it changed its fucking name, and I lost it.
Yeah,
I had no
so
idea.
The Cured started like I'm holding my hand up high. Like the Cured started up here, like it had aspirations to be something, whereas the Babadook started down here. It didn't really like. Granted, when you make a movie, you want it to be amazing, you want it to be seen by people, but like these were heading in different directions, and then they're passing like two ships in the
Yeah,
night.
I think the
where the
Babadook-
Babadook went way up high, and this is gonna fall flat.
I think the Babadook had a lot of steam before it hit Netflix, though.
It did have it
Oh,
did and
great
that's-
word of mouth.
Yeah, it had great word of mouth, and that's probably why Netflix wanted to nab it.
But I think, I mean, I don't even know. But here's the thing: I don't even know if Babadook factored in. Like, I don't think they sought out Babadook. I think it just fucking fell in it, part of their distribution plan, like fucking everything else that was in. I mean, it came out at the same time as everything we reviewed that year and everything festival movie that we didn't get around to. So I think it just fucking is part of the going to that Netflix graveyard is part of the most distribution deals now.
I mean, that's something we can conjecture, but we'll never
Yeah,
know. We'd have to have someone from Netflix on, and that's not going to happen.
And I feel like even when we talk to people that have made movies, they don't know really. Like,
right. It's just this weird nebulous thing where they probably buy hundreds of movies a day, you know, and be like, oh, we want your catalog or we want your upcoming movies. I have no idea how this happens. I don't think they're like a distribution company where they go seek films out, buy that specific film, put a lot of marketing into it. Netflix just buys bulk. It's like fucking, it's like Sam's Club or some shit. You know?
Point being, that's why I was talking about the fucking
Wegmans.
Babadook. And this dumb asshole that looks like the fucking end of the world as we know it video kid also looks like the fucking, remember when they made the Dumb and Dumber prequel? Like, he also looks like the fucking fake Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I fucking hated this kid. I would have fucking, if I was Ellen Page, I would have thrown him out of my fucking house because he just fucking stares through everybody all the fucking time. Like a fucking nerd.
Jesus. We're all nerds.
No, you're not nerds like this. And you're not a nerd. I would have fucking, you're a fan, there's a difference. I would have fucking pushed this fucking dork down the stairs.
Ain't he like 4 years old?
No, not the kid, this fucking,
Oh.
no, the kid's fine. He was
Sen?
Yeah.
Kids are a
well,
lot
and
tougher
that's
than-
his fuck. He's even got a fucking dumb name.
Kids
Name's
are a
either
lot tougher than
Sam
you think.
Or fucking Sean. It's not Sen. That's not anybody's fucking name.
His name's Senin, and yes, it
It's
is.
Senin.
Fuck him. That's a dumb name. Your
fuck him
parent-
in his ear.
Hey, if you're listening right now and your parents named you Senin, your fucking parents hate you.
Senin.
Just
What
like I
about
do.
your parents naming you Dynamo?
Well, they fucking hated me. But they loved me enough to not call me fucking Senin. Your parents hated you, and you should fucking go pretend you got
Christ,
fucking
this-
zombie disease and kill
This
them.
turned on.
Okay,
us
you're
fucking
getting a
loud.
little out of hand.
When Monster Zero tells you that, you know something's wrong.
Why are your fucking arms all torn apart? What are you doing, fucking heroin? now?
Yes, I am.
Do
Fucking
more of
next
it.
to
I'm
fucking-
doing everything I can to hide the tracks in my arm.
Tracks of your tears.
I was thinking that.
So Senin is not an uncommon name in Ireland.
Great.
So it's a fucking common name. It's
Listen-
probably like
Yeah,
it's
what
probably
about-
as common as Tiny.
Yeah, what about Connor?
I'm
what kind of name is
fucking,
that?
I'm fucking
Yeah.
Irish, and I hate Irish people. So look at fucking Aries.
You're
he's the
fucking
grumpiest guy
Irish?
around. No, I'm fucking French. But I am Irish, and even I hate Irish people.
I'm part Irish.
Well, look, it's most of the
Yeah,
band
which
is
part?
more than part Irish. I hate all of them.
Professor J's Irish.
Right? Donna Matrix Irish. She's the only one I like. Aries, that guy. He's mean and yelling at people all day long. All day
Drinking.
long.
But he's also half slick too.
Yeah, huh?
He's half what?
Slick.
Oh, I thought you said something else. What's slick?
Italian.
He's the doctor of style.
Oh, so he probably likes Bobby De Niro too.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't. He likes good movies mostly,
The good fellas.
even though he's angry. But yeah, Senin, that's a dumb name. It sounds like a fucking medicine I take.
You running for Senin?
Yeah, dumb name.
The Imperial Senin?
What's the full name for Senin?
Senin.
That's a dumb name.
Was it
Sounds
with-
like a fucking generic name of a drug.
Yeah. Like by
It's a fucking
Senin.
Irish name.
Yeah, I hate Irish people.
What was it, Pauly Shore movie?
Why do you hate
Son-in-Law?
Irish people?
I do.
Why?
Because I don't know, I'm Irish. I grew
You
up
sound like
around
the
them.
fucking president. Are they? What are they? Are they drunks and layabouts now?
To be fair,
All
I,
Irish.
to be fair, I grew up with Irish people, and most of them were drunks and layabouts.
So every single Irish
Myself
person.
included. Huh?
So every single Irish person.
I can only go
You're
by the-
generalizing like you scold him for doing.
I can only go by the drunken Irish people I know.
MZ, how many times has he scolded you for generalizing?
You're the
Doesn't even
broth
know
of
what it
me old
means.
stubby shillelagh, you are.
Right, thanks. No
Chief,
matter how
Chief
far I
O'Hara
go,
from
I-
Batman. He was a good guy. Faith and Bagora.
Yeah. He's another one that you
Then
couldn't get.
Mars, you have lost your ability to wear an Irish walking cap.
No, nobody's going to tell me to do anything. I wear a fucking cowboy hat. I'm not a cowboy.
Can't tell him what to do. He's
I've
Irish.
He hates the Irish.
Yeah, but
he
yeah,
can't
but,
fucking wear it then.
yeah, but he's Irish. You can't tell him what to do. He'll kick your ass.
I also hate most
he would not.
I also hate most people from Texas, and I have a couple cowboy hats.
I've never seen you wear a fucking cowboy hat.
I just found a picture of me wearing one on stage.
Oh, first time Mike says my great great grandma was Irish. You talking shit about
My
her?
great great grandma was Irish too.
So you talking
and
shit about his?
granddad,
Uh-oh.
and my granddad, and my grandmom.
So you hate
lucky
all of
charm.
them?
You
They
self-hater?
They yes.
Went down
Well,
a
they're
rabbit hole
dead, so
now.
I don't matter how I feel about that.
Hornswoggle. He's Irish.
The leprechaun?
Yeah, I hate the fucking leprechaun. I
Oh,
hate the
they're lucky
leprechaun origins.
charms.
I don't even think he was really Irish.
No.
Orange
He
stars,
was
green
6'5".
clovers, blue diamonds, yellow horseshoes.
See, no matter what I say, he's always gonna fucking go so far that no matter what I do.
Wow.
and purple rainbows.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people
Tiny's
would say
Irish. I like
you're
him.
a
but
treat
Senna's a dumb.
or a treat.
Trick or treat.
Giuseppe, that's Italian.
You walked all over fucking Busta Rhymes. Now you fucking did it.
Yeah, I don't even.
I'm drawing a line right there. You don't talk over Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, he's Irish.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, oh, Busta
Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes.
Which is actually not bad. Busta O Rhymes.
There are some names in every
Busta
nationality
Culture.
and culture that's fucking stupid.
Oh,
Just
what's an
happened.
American one?
All the people I just talked about were fucking American, except for my grandma, my great grandma.
No, what's a stupid American name?
I don't know.
Like something like Jeremy or
John.
something like that?
No, that's an English name.
Jesse. That's a dumb name.
What's a Native American name? I guess
Hiawatha.
that's what the American names are.
Apache Chief.
Sing me, Chuck.
Spirit from G.I. Joe.
You know, I don't know. I can't think of any. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know any Native Americans that have traditional Native American names, but I'm sure
Tatanka.
there's fucking stupid ones. Tatanka, whatever that means, that's a fucking dumb name.
Chief J Strongbow.
There you go.
Chief J Crossbow.
Unfortunately, Chief J Strongbow was fucking Italian.
That's
Yep.
Yeah.
He was fucking an Italian, or he is
He
Italian.
was Italian. And then he fucking fell asleep.
And so was Iron Eyes Cody, for that matter.
Yes. People are different.
But
Well, it is verdict time, everyone.
Oh, is
I
it?
don't know. Could think of some. What's another fucking culture?
What with like
what, American culture?
No. What I mean, a lot of
Archibald?
First time Mike says, I'll have to introduce you to my hyper-violent Irish friend, Beatings O'Plenty.
Nice.
That's true. Well, we knew certain podcasts that certain stereotypes might ring true.
Fair. See again. You know.
All right.
I can
What's-
only. I can only speak of the drunk Irish people I know and love.
Hey, what's Irish and stays out all night? Patio furniture.
Perfect.
Uh,
Yeah, well, the
Let's fucking rate this movie. God damn it.
Well, there's the two gay Irishmen, William Fitzpatrick and Patrick Fitzwilliam.
Raven Shadow.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking verdict.
All right. Really high hopes for this
Why?
because I like the credits, the
Okay.
little
The
little
opening
words in the
blurb.
beginning.
I
Opening
like
blurb.
like
the
that, but he
credits.
couldn't work the fucking theater diagram.
I think that everything's been said that needs to be said.
Trick or treat.
Motherfucker.
Phil, you didn't step over yourself saying that.
I like me more than Busta Rhymes.
Tepid treat.
All right.
Yeah, tepid treat.
MZ.
That potential.
This movie had a great premise, but it went by the way of going by the typical tropes of the all-American zombie film. And
You mean all Irish?
all
Yeah,
Irish
Irish.
zombie film. This might be the only Irish zombie film. Who knows? But
28 Days Later, Irish?
That's English.
No.
but
Close.
this had a lot of promise, and it just fell apart on me. And I'm not even going to get into the Ellen Page thing because that seemed to open up a big barrel of worms. But
You're a big barrel of worms.
but I,
The Barrel
And-
of Worms. That's Irish
Barrel
name.
of
Barrel of worms.
yeah, Tom Von Lawler, I think, put in a really great performance in this movie, and was really the best thing about this whole movie. Unfortunately, not enough for it to be saved. As far as I'm concerned, this is a trick.
Mars.
Richard, where's that come from? What kind of name is that? Dick.
Dick.
That's not a good name. That's another dumb name. Not as fucking Seneca, whatever his name is.
Richard is English.
Dick. But yeah, this movie is fine. But I do think I'm almost glad that it's going to get a little bit buried and it has shitty fucking Netflix graphic design cover because I feel like otherwise it would get fucking championed and elevated for something that it wasn't, which was a successful film that put over its politics very, very well. Its heart was in the right place. Its tongue was in the side of its mouth, to use a Robin and Arrows.
Yeah.
But I think
Mambabo.
that was just mostly mediocre. I think there was some great performances in here. Though I liked it more, it reminds me very much of Hereditary in the sense where I felt like it was like all shit I've seen before, but made better by very good performances. So I'd say this is a tepid treat.
All right, and for me, this was just a straight-out treat. I really liked the script. I liked the performances, and while it did kind of start to take on a fresh take on it, this is. Don't go into this thinking you're getting a zombie movie, because even though it deals with the politics of kind of reformed zombies, you're not necessarily getting. It doesn't fall into the trappings of a zombie movie. So if you're expecting, like a typical zombie movie, you're not going to get that here. And that's why I think it elevated a little bit for me, because it was different. It told a different side of the story. This is the zombie movie after the outbreak is contained and when they look for a cure for the zombies. This is the tale that is told. And so I appreciated that they tried something that I don't believe I've seen before, and the acting, the performances really elevated this for me, and I thought it was a really strong script. It did get muddied a little bit because I wasn't sure quite how the movie wanted you to feel and that's not necessarily a bad thing because it could leave it up to the viewer to suss out how they feel. But they did have people who you sympathize with and people who it was very difficult to sympathize with. So it was kind of like a clear, path as to who you should be rooting for, but it didn't support that incredibly well, I guess is the best way to put it. So while it got to a certain point and it did a lot of things really well, it just couldn't sort of like sink the putt, so to speak, So I think for me, it did a lot of things really well. I enjoyed this, and I think that a lot of other people will as well. It's definitely slow. There's not a lot of action going on, but there are some moments of horror that I think are pulled off fairly well. So just don't go in expecting to see, Dawn of the Dead remake or something along those lines. This is more of a drama, with horror trappings and good performances. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and take a look at this on VOD. And I actually think that this was, a lot of it technically was really well done. Good script, good performances. It was directed incredibly well. Everything about this movie, it looks good. So in that sense, this is definitely a step above most of that streaming on Netflix kind of stuff. So, if it sounds interesting, give it a look. Mars, yeah.
The last part of what you just said is 100% right. It's much better than looking than everything you're going to see.
Yeah.
And the part I kind of don't agree with, that you made me realize how to say a little bit more eloquently, is this movie has everything bad about zombie movies except for mostly zombies.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all the bad shit that every dumb zombie movie has.
So it basically uses a lot of the baggage of zombie movies without giving you a lot of the good stuff of zombie movies potentially. So, so there is that, but I did enjoy it. I'm going to say it's a straight up treat. And we had varying degrees here on the panel from trick to treat. So use your own judgment in deciding whether or not you want to check it out. But it is on VOD right now. I could see this popping up onto some streaming site, whether it be Amazon Prime, Shudder, Netflix, something like that. So if you're not convinced, you can hold out hope for one of those. All right. Well, next week, I did have a movie in mind, but I think there's a very good chance we may have a guest in studio who we haven't seen in a while. So I'm actually going to, and I trust his cinematic opinion greatly. So if we are able to get our guest, I'm going to allow the guest to pick the movie. If he doesn't care or if he's unable to make it in for whatever reason, I know the movie we're going to do, but I'm not going to say it just in case it changes. I don't want to confuse things. So I'll touch base with our guest, see if he has something that he really would like to review, and if he can make it, then we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll do the other movie. So I'm not going to mention it yet, but I will let folks know on the Facebook group and social media so you guys can play along at home if it's available. The other one we're thinking about doing is a screener, so it wouldn't be available anyways, but will be coming out very shortly. So it is a little up in the air as to what we're doing next week, but we'll let you guys know as soon as we figure it out, because we want to give our guests the opportunity to pick something. Because he knows good movies and stuff. Yes, Mars.
I think Macabre actually came out 4 years ago.
Macabre?
Yeah, Macabre.
You have a lot of macabres in your diet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It came out 4 years ago?
More, actually.
Why did you bring that up then?
I thought that it... I just found out about it the other day, and it was in a weird spot in the filmography of that director, because I was looking, what are the Moe brothers doing?
Give me some more.
And what are they doing?
Nothing, apparently. They'd fucking made Macabre in 2013.
Let me see what the Moe brothers are doing. Yeah, the next thing has just been announced. It doesn't look like it's even been filmed. Yeah, Macabre was 2009. Only 10 years ago, almost. That's a shame, though, that they've only done, since 2009, they've only done 2 films. It's basically, they waited 5 years to do Killers, and then they waited another 2 years to do Headshot.
Yeah, I feel like that. I thought that Killers was their first movie, too, for some reason. Were we doing the show in 2009?
No.
Okay, good, because I bet you we watched a lot of crap that wasn't as good as Macabre.
2012 we started.
Actually, you know what's funny is I also see it in 2 different places, so I wonder if it came out here in some form in 2013.
I only see it in 2009.
Yeah, that's what I see on the main thing, but I when I looked on Macabre.
It's macabre. Like corn on the cob.
Corn on the macabre.
Cab. All right.
Oh, you know what? You know what, Mars, though? I think it just popped up onto Shudder. Is that how you...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw a Shudder thing.
Yeah, because I saw it. I got the email, too. So it just popped up onto Shudder.
Right.
So
it didn't, maybe we could still do.
All right, we're going to take a break. And how long until we come back, MZ?
2 and 2.
Oh,
my ladies, we'll be back.
I'm Mike Allred. For the gidgiest listening experience, you got to check out Trick or Treat Radio.
Oh, delicious nerds. Ms. M knows you like to chat it up with other sexy shut-ins about comics, movies, video games, and your favorite TV shows. If that sounds like you, cuddle up to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group, or the FIB. That stands for Fan Interaction Board. Just go to Facebook and search for Trick or Treat Radio and have more fun than a Jedi at a lightsaber sale. Not enough? Watch us on YouTube, The Deadites TV, all one word. Last but not least, check out the world's most dangerous talk radio show, Trick or Treat Radio, at trickortreatradio.com.
Hello, this is the Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, but you can just call me Frank. And when I'm not stomping around the woods throwing rocks at hunters, I like to listen to the Paranormal Punchers podcast. That's right, Paranormal Punchers. They talk about all things paranormal, and they're hilarious. Go find them on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and ParanormalPunchers.com.
All right. We're back on Trick or Treat Radio.
All right. Wow.
Who didn't we offend in that film discussion?
I hope everybody. Everybody.
You hope
deserves
we didn't offend everyone?
No, the reverse of what you just said is what my fucking new agenda is. I hope
Oh,
everybody gets offended bad all the time.
All right, Donald Trump.
You know what I noticed about...
No, people are offended by his stupidity. I want to very intelligently make people wish that I was dead.
What happened to last week? what
What?
happened to that dynamo?
I bet y'all wish I was depressed.
Going back to the movie, that Von Lawler, man, he's got one hell of a widow's peak going on, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Jesus.
That Von Lawler dude.
I mean, I think that's... yeah, I mean...
Why do widow like you fucking love making fun of people's widows?
He does, yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you
It's
do.
just
You
it's
used to
just
fucking
very
make fun of me.
prominent.
You should
No,
just shave a widow's
it's just
peak
it's
in your
just
fucking head.
It's just very prominent, you know.
Are you jealous? You wish you had one?
No,
You should shave one in your head.
no.
It would look awesome.
I say if you're balding, just shave it all off, man. That's me, man.
By your reason, you should fucking cut your head off because if you're ugly.
Yes,
Cut it
but I'm
off.
not balding.
Well, good. That's one thing
I
you
am
have.
not balding.
Right.
Yeah, that's one thing you got going for you.
All right. Hey,
And you know what? You're getting so fucking fat, your hair's gonna get far away from your forehead anyway.
Yeah, your forehead's
You're
gonna
gonna
get
fat
fat.
yourself into bald. Your hair's not gonna come near your second forehead roll.
All right, so we have 2 voicemail. And what else? I guess that's about it. So we'll play some voicemail. You gonna say something, Mars?
All the posters for this movie sucked too.
I like this one.
Yeah, that was the best.
Yeah, it was
second
the best one.
But
All right, so Let's see. Let's go to a voicemail. Now, I think this is going to be a review of last week's film, which we did ask for folks. You in that fucking jacket, Raven Shadow. Did you really wear that jacket outside?
I did.
You danced down the street?
I got some weird looks.
Who was out
Yeah,
there?
who's looking at you?
There was a toad.
The moths.
No, there's a lot of cars driving by.
The butterflies that Aries scared of.
That's mean. That's mean.
What? He's not here.
See, now you're a bully. You know that? You have
I'm a bully.
You have bully
I'm
tendencies.
saying that he's afraid of butterflies.
But if he said something bad, you'd turn him down.
Yeah.
That's a bully tendencies.
Let's try it. Try Raven Shadow.
What?
Don't do it.
Try
it's
it.
a trap.
It's a trap.
No, try
Say
it.
something mean. You call me a dummy. Make fun of me. I don't want that.
No, try it.
Like a bully. Even
Yeah,
though you
bully.
Try it.
My
Yeah.
point is, though, that even though you are a dummy and deserve to be made fun of, you shouldn't do that.
Oh shit! Who's the bully
Listen,
now?
fucking Flash Thompson twins over here.
I'm sticking up for you.
Yeah, then you did your backhanded stuff that you do sometimes.
Yeah, you're making fun of
Yeah,
Bobby
yeah.
De Niro. That's
Just
like this fucking
just
Italian
like,
god.
This is like all the times you thought me and Tiny were in cahoots, and we were never. One
You're
time
on
in
cahoots.
Never.
You
You
are.
think he and I are in cahoots, too.
That's true.
And we are not.
Yeah, it's part of the
I'm-
cahoots.
My
Yes.
favorite part, if you go back and listen to this show, I almost fucking never agree with him. Even when we both like something, I never agree with him. Yet everybody says we're in cahoots.
Yeah.
By everybody, I mean this part of the table.
Well, 'cause it's true.
Quarantine zone.
Don't
you
you have a
guys the cured?
Raven Shadow, do you have a fight with like Ivan Drago or something like that coming up? I mean,
That'd be fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Did you guys? Did any of you guys see the Creed 2 trailer?
I've not seen it
yes, looks fucking amazing.
I don't think I care about it.
Does
Can-
look good.
yet. Can you play it?
No.
No, I don't like trailers.
Do you not know how to play a trailer at home?
I'm not at home.
Do you know how to play a trailer
He
here?
has a point, actually. He's
Yeah.
here.
I'm
Do
here.
you know how to play a trailer? Period.
Yeah.
No matter where you are.
Yeah, I get real method acted. I've really become the trailer. I feel like
All
I'm
right,
going
try, get your phone and pull up Creed 2.
My phone is on the way out, Johnny, and I
So?
well, I don't want to. I can't.
That's a good excuse.
And let me see your phone, Monster
No.
Zero.
No, don't give it that. No one.
Don't
give
worry about mine. He's a grown man,
I
bully.
don't want, I don't
fucking
want your
speak for him.
nicotine stains all over my phone.
My what stains?
Your nicotine stains.
That is true.
Better than your fucking.
It's probably why your phone doesn't work.
No, hey, that's not a fucking. How is that impossible scientifically?
How is it impossible scientifically?
How is it even possible scientifically?
What, to get nicotine stains on your phone?
How are you possible
Yeah.
scientifically?
How are you possible, Monster
You're all
Zero?
missing the fucking best part that 2 times in a row he just said, how is that possible scientifically? 2 times, and everybody just let it slide.
Why scientifically isn't a word?
You're just adding more.
Well, yeah, well,
You're breaking it down like.
I am breaking. I am. Let me break it down.
Break it down again.
Scientific fact.
Oh, look what first time Mike just posted.
See, there you go. I fucking cried, man. Stop the fight, Rock.
Yeah, I would have stopped.
Would you throw the towel in
For who?
for Apollo Creed?
But yeah.
Not if he told me not to.
Yeah, that's how he's a warrior. He had to go out, but still.
What if
Fight.
Raven Shadow told you don't throw the towel in? Would you?
Well, if he told me not to?
Yes.
I don't know.
No, I'm gonna tell you not to, but really throw the fucking towel in. All right, I'm gonna talk really tough. Don't fucking do it. I'm gonna fight him. Throw the fucking
To
towel.
be honest, like, I don't think I would, like, I'd be like, I'd have that talk. I'd say, Raven Shadow, there's some things that you're probably good at, and there's some things that you're probably bad at.
Yeah, you don't want to step in the ring
Yeah,
with
boxing?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
you're
no,
good at. Any sport where you can hurt yourself by, like, landing blows is probably not a good idea.
No, like when the outcomes are predetermined.
You were bad at that, too.
I was not. I was very charismatic at it.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of the art form is that you can be.
You could be
popular,
bad and still
still
go
be
over.
good, right, yeah. But
The 8-ball was a good move. I did a really good suplex.
The 8-ball.
I don't even remember that one.
Oh, it was the
Like the
kids
cannonball
move.
up
Yeah.
top rope. The kids move.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. It was
He's
something
like
else.
the 1, 2, 3 kid.
Yeah, I had the rug muncher. People like that.
Yeah. I don't remember you actually suplexing anyone except
Yeah,
Joey Tron.
He.
No, I suplexed Aries. I suplexed Aries. I
You might have
suplexed-
suplexed me.
I suplexed Johnny.
Maybe.
Yes.
He gave me more of a souffle.
Yeah, I gave you a snap souffle.
I wish he
Tiny?
suplexed me.
Tiny. I gave Tiny 3 suplexes one
Teabag
match.
souffle.
I remember.
He didn't sell any of it. He was complete dead weight.
Wow. It's used to people actually not having to suplex himself.
Well, that's the magic trick of the
I
art
remember at
form.
one point, like, I fucking fed Raven Shadow so good, and I looked up, and there was something fucking hitting my hair, and he had a fucking plastic soda bottle, and he wasn't even fucking hitting with it. He was hitting over the top of my. I had to stand up into the fucking soda bottle to get hit with it.
What are you doing?
I don't remember that. I don't think my
I
glasses
think
are
I
probably
remember
off.
that. I think I remember.
I threw lots of suplexes, high cross bodies.
You did have a good high cross body. I remember that.
See?
You also had a fucking list of moves people couldn't do on you. So
Well,
you
no,
got a
just
lot of
you.
offense. Did you ever take the sex drive?
I don't think I fought Quad S. Maybe like a melee. Or
Did you ever
melee.
take the crash and burn?
Melee.
Monster Zero.
Crash and burn, baby.
No, I took a couple of psychopathic suplexes.
Hmm.
The botched Dynamo Driver when it turned gray. That sucked.
Ah. Took that bump every time I wrestled your tag team partner. That's fine.
Well, he goes his specialty.
It was his specialty. The 8-ball. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it was. I did it at the second arena. It was from the top rope, like a cannonball.
Oh, the Mars Dome.
The Mars Dome.
I don't remember you doing anything off the top.
Well, fucking watch the fucking tapes.
I don't remember. I remember you getting pushed off the top by Tiny White one time.
No,
Is that what you're talking about?
No, I did it. Went high a bunch. I went high a bunch in my Joey Schramm
Did you
match.
say botch?
Listen,
Botchamania?
bully.
I thought you said botch.
No, this is how fucking Columbine happened.
What? What, are you going to shoot up the fucking studio?
No, but
Jesus Christ.
I'm sad. Hurt my feelings. It's a holiday.
Because
fireworks.
because of the way you talk.
No, because the way
And
you
dress.
make fun of me.
And dress.
I'm America.
You're not helping my point at all.
Dynamo Oily says looking forward to being offended by Dynamo.
I know. I can't quit him. He's me and Oily are the realest Americans in the room.
The realest guys in the room.
Yeah, me and Oily. It wasn't the word I was gonna say, but I realized that people would flip their flips.
What was his name? Enzo Inoue?
Yeah. There's a good interview up right now with Enzo talking about all the people he told off in the WWF.
Well, I guess when you're fired,
Where?
you can pretty much go all out. You can shoot for real.
Well, no, he was
Where is
talking
that
about like when
interview?
he did it. It was I think it was on Steve Austin's podcast. Which
No, I don't care.
I don't listen to that.
He stole my gimmick.
Steve Austin did.
Yes.
He stole your gimmick.
Yeah.
I gave you the
What-
fucking.
What was
best
the stunner? What'd you call the stunner?
Downtown Stunner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's what
gave
I
you
thought.
the fucking best counter of my finishing move ever, and no one had broke out of it. Yeah, Aries hadn't, and instead of fucking pin me, like do the flash pin after you did it, you fucking got up and did this and walked like a fucking crane.
Pin me, pay me.
Yeah,
Yeah, my special was up.
yeah, but like when you get you should have pinned me. I
Yeah,
was
but-
letting you pin me.
Yeah, but I don't think I wasn't gonna win the match though.
You did win the match.
With you?
Yeah. Not at that time, though, because fucking the unit could tell I was mad. He fucking threw you out of the ring off. So I get the move, right? It's dramatic because nobody gets out of my move. You get out of my move,
Yeah.
and then you start fucking walking around like Groucho Marx.
Well, I'm a fan favorite.
Yeah. When if you had
So
pinned
you don't
me-
have to sell?
Yeah, if you pinned me right there, or pretended that my move that I had on you for 2 minutes hurt.
Not hurt.
Yeah.
Let me get out of these wet clothes and slip into a dry martini.
All right. Well, let's hear from our boy, First Time Mike. You guys want to hear from FTM?
Say that. I love him, but I don't want to put my headphones on. It's too hot. Tell him to send us a.
Put your fucking headphones
Tell him
on.
to send
Yeah.
us a letter. First
Jesus
time, Mike.
Christ.
It's fucking hot.
Send me a text.
Yeah.
What's up, Trick or Treat family? This is First Time Mike. How's everybody doing?
Good, buddy.
Today I got a little review of a movie that you guys watched last week called The Endless.
Nice.
I'm going to say right off the bat, I really enjoyed this movie. It's a treat of the highest order.
Nice.
Without giving away too much or trying not to, because like Johnny said, The Endless is best when you first go into it not knowing much about what's going on. It's fun to explore in multiple viewings afterwards, so you can notice little clues and things that happen. But for a first time viewer, try to avoid the trailer or right after trailer. don't go for any deep reviews. Ignore reviews. Just go into the movie cold. Watch The Endless. You'll be very pleased you did. The Endless is a Lovecraftian movie, but it's not a classic Lovecraftian movie. It's cosmic in a way that it's terrifying, but it doesn't show you blood and guts and transformation. The horror of The Endless is what you see, and the implications of it are far worse when you think about it in the movie. There are some stunning visual pieces, and there are some great uses of classic trick photography and some truly stunning visuals that make that explore massive size without you going to CGI, which are brilliant and are old school. But there's also a sense of wonder in it, and a sense of you understand in a way by the end of the movie what's happening and how each part of the movie makes it a whole that you understand. It's a movie of cycles. It's a movie of... There's some humor in it. You generally come to like some of the characters, and although your mind makes up like a bunch of sinister scenarios, by the end of the movie, maybe what you think isn't what you're going to get, but what you have is a satisfying film. And I don't want to say anything more I don't want to ruin anything for it. Check out The Endless. It's a really good movie, and I wish somebody by me was playing it on the big screen, because some of the visuals are truly stunning on HD TV, and I would have loved to have seen it on a big screen. Highest recommendation. Just wanted to let you guys know, sometimes on Wednesdays I've been watching the live show, but I haven't been commenting because I've been kind of busy at work. We're doing remodeling at my store in the store I work at in Milwaukee, and I'm in charge of the back room doing receiving, so I got a lot of people walking around, so it's tiring. It's can't listen to the podcast at work because some of the antics that go on here, I really don't want to explain some of the discussions you guys have
No,
with
please
some
don't.
VPs from my store.
Yeah,
as
no.
I have them loud in the back room, so gotta be careful with that. But on Wednesday night, even if it's an off day, I'm beat by the time the day is done, and I'm hoping is to hang out with you guys more at the end of the summer. But right now it's kind of busy. I'll try to do some, do these reviews like I can, but still listening to you guys, still loving you guys. You guys all take care. Hope all is well with you. Mars, you keep your chin up. MZ, Johnny, Raven Shadow, Aries, hope you guys are all well. Everybody listening, hope you are well, even though I don't comment all the time on Facebook. You guys all, I think about you guys. You guys are cool friends of mine, and just really hope all is well for you guys. This is First Time Mike from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Looking forward to being off in August after all this mess. Wishing you all a good night. Bye.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Awesome, FTM. And yeah, man, don't ever worry. If you can't comment, no big deal. And I definitely don't want you to have to try to explain us to anyone else. So
No.
We're still going to be here, man.
I'll get you a fucking promotion if anybody hears me. Especially if they're fucking angry.
Especially if they're Irish, right?
Well, no. I don't know if he works for any of the good Irish people, like Cookie O'Puss, the fucking commissioner on Batman 66.
Hey, Cookie O'Puss is Irish.
It's true.
Yeah. Fudgy the Whale isn't, though.
Fudgy the Whale. How do you do the voice? Can you do it, MZ?
Oh, I don't even remember
Did
the voice.
anybody have
I don't even know the voice.
Anybody ever get a Cookie Puss?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I never got one.
You did?
Yeah.
For what?
For my birthday. When
I
was
know
a kid.
it's.
You got a cookie puss?
I
for your
believe you
birthday?
because your mother loves you. That I can confirm.
Cookie Pro.
If I had asked for like a Cookie Puss, my grandma would have got fucking pissed at me.
Why?
I don't know. My grandma always made me awesome cakes, and then I would want like fucking Cookie Puss. So
Yeah, kind of same thing. My grandmother made cakes.
Yeah, my
and
grandmother
they were
made me a
great.
cake that looked like Batman.
Fudgy the Whale is back.
Fudgy the Whale.
It's a whale of a cake for whale,
Whale of a
day.
time.
It's your participating Carvel ice cream store.
Carvel.
And this year your Carvel dealer makes them loaded with fudge and nuts. And you can get Fudgy with an ocean
Don't be sad,
to
Monster
serve
Zero.
20 people. But if you want to send Fudgy the Whale to a whale of a dad anywhere in the Carvel territory, you call the phone number that you see here. Thank you, and have a happy day, Dad.
Fudgy the Whale.
It's nice to know that the statute of limitations is gone on like the Fudgy the Whale thing, so we can flat out make fun of an old man with a speech impediment. Feel okay about ourselves.
He sounds like
Says the guy who just made fun of every Irish person.
Yeah.
I made fun of every Irish person I know.
Oh.
But I know a lot.
That
too.
just leaves millions and millions of other Irish people out there
Wait, here's
not affected by what you had to say.
Here's Cookie Puss.
Here's some ice cream cakes that only Carvel makes. They're made fresh every day, 'cause that's the Carvel way. And while you're at the store, see Cookie Puss and more. And don't forget about Hug Me the Bear.
What?
Bear.
Your participating Carvel dealer also has Hug Me the Bear and Cookie Puss dolls. You'll love them.
They look nothing like him.
Cookie Puss looks like Bill
I always
Cosby.
thought that fucking Cookie Puss's nose looked like a fucking cock.
Oh yeah,
it does.
It looks like a
It
cock
does.
and balls for sure.
Cookie Opus?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
it's
Irish
version.
one.
Ah!
That was for Ireland.
That
Yeah.
fits right in.
Yeah,
You thought I
right.
was-
There was Cookie
That's,
Puss.
see, he doesn't pay
Yeah.
attention.
Wait.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
do person.
I
talked
said
about
Cookie
Cookie
Puss.
Cake made fresh
I wasn't
daily.
listening.
I know.
Participating Carvel
Then you
ice
yell at
cream
me
store.
later why I'm
Now,
talking about
for
that.
St. Patrick's Day, I'd like to introduce my friend, Cookie O'Puss. My name is Cookie O'Puss, the first Carvel ice cream cake. You can also be sending either of us to a friend by calling us toll-free number, and we honor most major credit cards too. Thanks
You
and
can
great
tell
day
it's
to
the
you
same
now.
guy.
See, and it's the same thing. Only he's green.
If somebody can send me a fucking Cookie Puss.
Yeah.
Do they still make those?
There's no more Carvels
I mean,
around.
is there still a Carvel around?
Oh,
yeah.
I
I think Dunkin' Donuts bought him, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Baskin Robbins. I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
My grandmother made me a fucking cat, a cake with a fucking Batman.
Yeah.
And like I'd fucking be crying,
wait.
like trying to hold back tears a little bit because I didn't get Cookie Puss. That's all I wanted was Cookie
They have a
Puss.
website.
Fucking send me
Find a cake.
Send me a Cookie Puss.
Yeah, where do you want to sit?
Yeah.
Oh, Fudgy the Whale! There
They
he
still
is!
got Fudgy the Whale, birthday sprinkle cake.
Maybe that fucking whale
Holy
costs like
shit.
$200.
Holy
though.
shit.
While they're fucking
Bunny cake?
weird Siamese twin bunnies.
Oh, the bunny, the chocolate bunny cake.
Cookie O'Puss!
Cookie Puss and Cookie O'Puss. How
Let me
much? How
order
much?
it.
How much is a Cookie O'Puss?
Order online. Oh, zip code.
That's funny.
Oh, no Carvel shops found near us.
Go put in like a Boston one. I'll fucking try.
Yeah, I always thought that Carvel was a Boston area.
I think it was originally.
It was, I
maybe,
think.
yeah.
Well, Boston and New York, I think the Northeast, this region. But
There used to be commercials for it in old ICW programming.
yeah, we had one in Webster Square.
Let me try Boston. Was there any near
I
Boston?
don't know, folks listening, but Carvel was an ice cream shop that specialized in fantastical characters and really no budget.
What do I have to do to
television.
get a fucking Cookie Puss? Let's get down
Where-
to brass tacks here.
It rhymes with handy.
Franchise. Can we franchise one? Can we start one?
Yeah, let's run Carvel out of this joint.
Wait, careers? They have any jobs?
Yeah, I'll make a fucking
Join our
puss.
team.
What are the hours?
I don't want a fucking job.
Corporate positions? Want to work at corporate?
No.
Carvel corporate?
How many Cookie Pusses do I get a year?
Our sales
That's
of
part
Cookie
of my
Pusses
fucking-
have gone through the roof.
Yeah, it's part
Well
of my-
done, gentlemen.
This is fucking me.
Probably an evil corporation.
Meanwhile,
There
I
is
have
one
to-
in New York.
Meanwhile, I have to fucking wash myself. Where in New York? Maybe when I'm fucking there for one day.
New
trying to
York,
do
New
20
York.
things.
So, New
Well,
York
maybe they
City.
can mail it. Can they
fucking
mail it?
wash myself with a rag on a stick, but I'll fucking eat a
So
lot
how
of
much
cookies.
is a Cookie Puss or a Cookie O'Puss?
Oh, wait, there's some in. Is that Massachusetts? Where is that? Yeah, Boston. What the fuck?
New fucking website.
Boston Express? What does that mean? Carvel Ice Cream Store, Boston, Massachusetts. I asked for Carvel and it said
You fucking
It's
broken
oh
thing.
wait, it's located inside Auntie Anne's
Yes.
at South Station.
I don't even care. Can I get a fucking Cookie-O-Puss? Because I can go in my backyard, walk through the woods for a minute, get on a train, and go to South Station any day.
My girlfriend goes to South Station every day.
You tell that lady to bring
That
me back
lady.
a fucking Cookie Puss. Well, I didn't call
Cookie-
it Quasimodo.
Cookie Puss or Cookie-O-Puss?
I don't care. Maybe Cookie Puss at first.
Wait, Cookie Puss is the craziest cake in the universe.
Yep.
And
That's
Cookie
true.
Opus is top of the dessert to you.
They're the drunkenness
Top
fucking.
of the, but how much is it?
I don't
It
know.
doesn't say.
It's saying order online and it's telling me to pick a location.
Just make one up. Make one up in New York.
What's
Boston. What the fuck?
Just do it in New York.
Just do New York.
New York.
Well, things
all
are
right,
close.
all right. Order details. What? Oh, here we go. Here's some prices. No Cookie Puss? What the fuck? Oh, custom cakes, signature cakes. That's probably it. Oh,
Yeah.
$35. That's
35
not
bucks
bad.
for a Cookie Puss?
Feeds 8 to 10.
That's not too bad.
It's a special occasion.
There's no Cookie Opus though.
That means for fucking
that's only out in
$70
March, I
bucks.
think.
I
Fudgy the
could get
Whale and Cookie Puss are 35.
One to share and one for me to eat later, right? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Yeah.
Fudgy the Whale might be too much fudge, but Cookie Puss.
Oh, you know what? Maybe Cookie. Oh no, Cookie
You
Puss.
can't have Fudgy the
Maybe
Whale.
Cookie Puss is only during
Yeah.
March.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's only during
It's a
March.
limited. He's limited. Like the,
That must be it.
The
Yeah,
green
he's like the
shakes.
McRib.
Jump. I missed the McRib.
I fucking love the Miss Rick. I would rub that on my chest right now if I could have it.
yeah.
I am so hungry.
I'm ready to
Yeah,
rub
what
a
did you
Cookie
eat?
Puss on my chest.
I had to. I swing by BK.
Oh man, thanks for thinking. of me.
Triple H.
I
BK.
didn't
Think
know.
of all the times I remember when before the pizza I'd always fucking bring him BK. Now he fucking sold me out.
I didn't know till I was literally driving.
Yeah, but you went to BK, right? And you're like, oh well, Dynamo's probably hungry.
I didn't know. I'll get you a protein bar.
There better be a there better be a fucking cookie.
Get out of here.
There better be a fucking Cookie Puss when I come here next week. That's all I have to say about
It'll
it.
be fucking melted. As soon as you bring it up those stairs, no matter how cold it was, it would melt instantly.
I would fucking eat it.
You would
like a
lick
fucking
it off
boa
the-
constrictor. It'd be fucking gone instantly. There'd be a fucking Cookie Puss shape in my neck.
With a big cock nose hanging out of your mouth.
Fuck the nose. I'm fucking furious about this Cookie Puss situation.
Yeah, it
Do
sucks.
you know how hungry I am? I'm fucking. My blood sugar's in the fucking toilet. And you went to be. I'm thinking the whole time. I go, well, at least Raven Shadow's hungry too because he couldn't get any food. No, he fucking went and got food.
Johnny didn't tell me.
Didn't tell you what? I said the pizza place is closed.
Yeah, and I said, do you need food?
You asked me if I'm all, and I said I'm all set.
Oh well, I was gonna.
You didn't ask me about Dynamo.
Well, you didn't think about mentioning Dynamo.
No, because he
It's not
also.
his fucking responsibility. to
Well,
feed me.
Dynamo also. You did say that you get something on the way.
See?
I said send him to a fucking fast food place. That's what I said.
No, you did not.
Tell him to go fuck himself.
What did I say?
You said I can hit somewhere on the way. You
And
did
Johnny
say
told
that.
me that.
No, I didn't.
Shut up, Johnny.
I didn't say that.
What'd you produce?
Whoa.
That's what I said. That's not what I remember saying though. That's weird.
Yeah, well, that happens a lot, probably.
I'm on fucking Cookie Puss rage.
Cookie Puss rage. Despite all my Cookie Puss rage.
In a Carvel cage.
I'm still in a Carvel cage.
Carvel.
Oh, shit.
It's fucking hot.
And it's hot, too. Is it still hot? Are you still hot?
Yeah. No, I'm fucking cold.
Oh, okay. Well, since you're so cold, let's hear from our boy, Arkham Josh.
Oh, now I'm getting hot.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio guys, it's Arkham Josh here. Sorry I haven't been in touch in a couple of weeks. Been super busy with some things, but made some time this afternoon and I watched this week's film, The Cured. I'm gonna say I think it was a really interesting idea. I think it was very well acted and it looked real good, but just to me, I thought the film maybe had some pacing issues with kind of sucking me into the characters and stuff. I mean, I know it wasn't a very long film, it was a little over an hour and a half, but I just thought, like, that if maybe the first third kind of maybe moved a little bit quicker or something, I might have been more engaged. But overall, I enjoyed it. I will say I do think it is a treat, but I'm not going to give this like a big recommend. I'm going to say when this pops up on like Hulu, Amazon Prime, or like Netflix or something, yeah, I'll put it on one night. It's an interesting film, but this isn't one to like run out and like rent on like VOD or buy the Blu-ray or something. I can't say like story-wise, I did think it was very interesting because if you take out the slight horror element, this could just be a film about ex-cons trying to reintegrate, or about political refugees trying to like assimilate into a new culture or something. So it was definitely very timely, very interesting, and like I said, I thought the cast was all great, but for some reason it didn't grab me right away. I don't know what it was. Honestly, maybe it was that, I was, sitting in a room next to an air conditioner on like a 90-something degree day trying to watch it. Yeah, maybe that was it. I don't know. But like I said, overall, treat and a mild recommend. I did do a little bit of research. I think this might be the director's first feature. Looks like he made a bunch of shorts. And in 2014, he made a film that appears to be a predecessor to this called The First Wave. It's a short, I think it was said it was like 7 or 8 minutes long. I didn't have a chance to look and see if it was available to stream anywhere. And it definitely seems to be about like the spread of a virus, and a quote-unquote aggressive virus, as they call it. I definitely think that this film is directly related to The Cured, because it also appears that when the first news reports came out about the casting of The Cured, the name of the film was The Third Wave. So that's why I figured the two are most likely connected. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to watch The Endless, but I will rectify that very soon, because much like Johnny, that is one of my more anticipated films this year. So I'm hoping to find the time to sit down and give it a proper watch. And I don't know, other than that, I hope everything is going well, and I hope you guys are all doing good. Oh wait, I know, there was something else that I wanted to say. Mars, I'm not trying to, give you a hard time on this, but, especially since I didn't watch the film and chime in on it, but the review of Taste of Phobia, I know you were very annoyed that people wanted to keep talking about the movie and that wanted to actually give the movie a full review, but I just hope that you can understand from a listener's viewpoint. It is generally a better discussion and a better, more entertaining listen when the reviewers don't like a movie than when everybody just loves the movie and thinks it's great. You actually tend to get a better discussion about it and discourse about it when it is an overall disliked or half and half disliked movie. So I completely understand why everybody wanted to keep talking about it, and I, as a listener, wanted to hear them keep talking about it.
Thank you, Josh.
But so I'm sorry that you had to put up with them fully reviewing the film. Other than that was a fantastic episode, but I have no intention of going back and catching up on that film. I'm sorry.
It's barely a movie.
You guys all have a good one. I hope there are not fireworks going off all around you interrupting the recording, and that you guys have a good holiday. All right, bye.
Thanks, Josh. Good to hear from you, buddy.
Massachusetts wimps out usually and does it on the fucking...
They do it different nights, yeah.
They do it on the day before the 4th because everybody has to get up in the morning.
No, they actually did it in the closest city. They did it on Monday night. And Tuesday was like the rain night.
What city was that?
Worcester?
No. They had fireworks.
What other city?
Well, they had fireworks in Shrewsbury.
I didn't hear any.
They do them over the fucking lake.
I didn't hear any.
Oh, maybe they don't now, because they're afraid that fucking nice new bridge is gonna set ablaze.
I
but
only
they
heard
used to.
fireworks on Monday night. That's all. I didn't hear any last night
How do you know they weren't in Shrewsbury?
because I knew they were having them in Worcester on Monday night because I was thinking about going.
They didn't do them in Millbury this year.
I'm sure they did. Yeah, the carnival was over the weekend.
You couldn't hear from where you are, Raven Shadow?
I heard. Yeah, there was fireworks last night. I heard.
Yeah, coming from the sexy speakeasy, maybe.
No, it was a little quiet. It was a little quiet. All was getting concerned a little bit. So we had a safe space.
What's the safe space?
Well, I guess upstairs, the house.
What's your safe space? Sexy speakeasy?
Yeah, under my covers, with my thoughts. A couple action figures.
Which ones?
All of them.
All
Booster
of-
Gold. Yeah, Booster Gold.
Jack Knight.
Jack Knight. Yes, my Booster and Jack.
What about your Spider Jerusalem with the middle finger?
Oh yes, I got my awesome spider statue.
Mm-hmm.
We can't cuddle with that.
No, you wouldn't want to.
But it's nice though.
Yeah, they were all on Saturday. What a bunch of wimps.
Well, it's to maximize the participation.
Huh?
To maximize the turnout.
What turnout?
Exactly, the people. Don't be naysaying. Just be.
I'm not. I'm asking. Asking a legitimate
no,
question. What are you
do
talking
your
about?
thing that you do, bully.
MZ, am I bully?
Fireworks in
From time
Grafton.
to time,
Don't
you
hit
can
'em.
be sure.
December 31st.
I'm gonna hit you.
Nah, Bully wouldn't say that.
What would a bully do?
Bully would just come up and hit you.
All right.
He wouldn't warn you that he's going to hit you.
Johnny's the fucking Ike Turner of podcasting.
Make sure he doesn't take his shoe off, okay?
Yeah.
It's the fucking Joe Jackson.
Yeah, he's the gooch of producers.
The good Joe Jackson, maybe.
Yeah. Shoeless Joe Jackson. He's a baseball player. Played by D.B. Sweeney in the movie 8 Men Out. Or else played by Ray Liotta. More intelligent version of the guy.
What about Bobby De Niro? Was he in it?
No, he should have been. I've been in fucking Field of Dreams.
I watched
Got those ghosts in line.
3/4 of 8 Men Out not too long ago.
Yeah.
How was it?
I don't know. More exciting than real baseball, but still not very exciting. It's a bunch of fucking crooked baseball players. You want me to be surprised? Bunch of crooks.
They're in cahoots.
Baseball players are worse than pro wrestlers. They're like gypsies.
What?
And yeah, gypsies throw babies in your hand.
They do. And yeah.
Is that true, Raven Shadow?
That's true. We're warned.
You can't breathe.
All right,
All right,
so
we're
I
gonna
think we'll put the nail in the coffin here soon. I think it's about time.
Because what about the cough drop in the coffin?
I don't know.
That's what I need.
If you're in a coffin, you probably don't need a cough drop.
But if the coffin was coming after you, you need a cough drop.
Yeah. Always coughing.
Need a cough drop to stop the coffin.
Yep.
All right, so next week,
It's gonna be a surprise.
be a surprise. We may have a guest. We may have a. We don't know what movie we're doing yet. We'll figure it out. You know us. We'll figure it out. All right. I don't think we have any tweets actually. Let me just double check.
I didn't see any.
You look on Twitter for us.
Yeah.
Loading it up. And it was just Horror Maid. Jeanette from Horror Maid just sent a little funny meme-ish type photo thing. I guess Link wore makeup. Did you guys know that?
No.
No. All right, whatever. I can't convey it.
All right, it's hot. We gotta go, John.
Yeah, it is hot.
Yeah.
That's why it's
I gotta
fucking
get out of here
delirious.
before the Westies come for me.
The Westies.
Yeah. What?
That's an Irish
Yeah.
gang.
Probably fucking Bobby De Niro has the mafia after me.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah. Probably who knows what's gonna happen because what he fucking talked about Apache Chief.
Yeah. We do live near an Indian battleground.
They're gonna
actually.
fucking drag me
Yeah.
off the Foxwoods. I have to deal with the council.
Oh, that's bad.
I had to deal with the fucking tribal police council one time because we had just got the Dodge,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Oh, we have the new car. Let's go to like Foxwoods." And for whatever reason, it got parked and everything else. But when they brought it back, it didn't have like big kid plates or like an inspection sticker or any of that stuff because we had just like drove it off the lot to Foxwoods.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's
It's
good.
bad times.
All right, let's wrap this shit up, MZ. Take it home.
Arrivederci, you douchebags.
Jesus.
We're going to hell.
Motherfucker.
Raven Shadow.
Live fast, love hard, die with
Oh,
the
you
mask
weren't going to
on.
do it with a fucking Italian accent?
I thought I was. That's how I fucking sound. I mean, I don't know. Hey, live fast, love hard, die with your mask on. Forget about it, Giuseppe. Hey,
Forget about you.
Oh,
Giuseppe, that's a fucking dumb name.
Giuseppe, yeah. Sacco and Vincetti.
I knew a fucking Giuseppe. All he did is fucking complain and bitch all the time.
Yeah, Amerigo Vespucci.
Guy had a dumb name.
Geppetto.
Geppetto, that's a dumb name,
That's a good
too.
name. No, that's a good name.
That's
I like
a dumb
it.
name. It's a good belly song.
Is Pinocchio a good name?
Yeah.
Only if you got a big nose, I think.
It's like Hitler. Nobody can name their kid Pinocchio now.
Yeah.
Hitler, that's a dumb name.
We can all agree on that one.
Yeah.
All right, Mars.
They all made a pact.
Remember, children, wherever you go, there you are.
What a fucking weird episode.
I'm angry again. Took one
touched all
fucking
bases today,
one
man.
fucking movie to make me angry again.
Does that mean we had a home run, MZ?
I think so.
Or a walk.
Balk.
And inside the park home
It was a
run, but
walk.
home run
It was a
nonetheless.
walk, a balk, and an error.
It was in Ernie Bach Dodge. Ernie Bach Jr.
All right, well, that's going to do it for episode 310. We want to thank everyone who hung out with us on their 4th of July. You clearly had nothing better to do than hang out with us, and we appreciate it.
We thank you for your empty lives.
And
We had
to
nowhere to go
anyone we offended that is still actually listening, we apologize.
Nope, I'm glad. I'll tell you what, I'll unoffend you if you fucking give me a cookie puss. Otherwise, you can stay.
I'll unoffend you.
Yeah, you can say I'm fucking offended.
You can send all cookie pusses to Castle Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Email podcast at trickortreatradio.com. I'll give you the address. You can send a cookie puss or a cookie opus.
I'm telling you, people, I want a cookie puss really bad. Like, I would do anything for a cookie
You would do anything. Is that like a Klondike bar?
like fucking.
would you do for a
imagine what I would do with a
cookie
fucking Klondike bars. Fucking suck. They're like the fucking Irish. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Calm down.
All right, well, that's it for the show before we say anything else inflammatory. So next week we may have a guest in studio. We'll figure out the movie. We'll let you guys know on social media. And, well, that is going to... It's going to fucking do it. We're going to put this fucking one to bed.
Yeah.
So join us next week for episode 311. Like I said, guest, maybe. Movie, maybe. We'll do something fun. All right, we'll see you then.